Yeah, sit down if you want. Yeah.
I just want to watch the tournament.
Sure.
Cool.
Welcome back. This is Star Wars X-Wing
Hello.
Ontario Regionals. I'm May Anana. This is Mark Tang, my co-host. And we're here at 401 Games, which is at on Yonge Street, just south of Wellesley. And it's been a long day of X-Wing here.
Everyone's working overtime here. A lot of the 401 people are here late. I don't believe they're open this late. They're usually closed by now.
Not usually, yeah. Not usually required, but for
Not
X-Wing
even this-
Regionals,
not even this-
people stay open.
Not even in this new beautiful gaming area. This isn't even open this late usually. I think it closes at 10. I think maybe 11. But we're open now, and well, we're open for broadcasting.
We are, yeah.
And
we're
we're
about
going
to
to
take
show
you
these
to the
finals.
final match.
Oh my gosh! So who do we got?
We have Jerry Russell and his 8Z Swarm, who we just saw with our match against. My brain is.
That was a crazy matchup. It was against
Yeah.
Spencer. And Spencer and his two ships.
Spencer and Shirano and Fell.
Sure, no one felt like handing Spencer his first loss of the day. I must
And what
say.
you didn't see, but was going on behind the curtain, was David Clairhue with Super Dash and Corrin triumphing over
Yep.
Joe Silva and Eton Abad, Tarn Meisen, and 3Z Bandits.
A list
So-
designed to beat his two-ship list.
That's
so.
right, yeah.
That's
The
impressive.
two-ship list triumphed here against that two-ship list hunter. And now this is what we have, is it, 8 ships versus 2, round 2. And this is the final for all of the...
And by the way,
whatever-
these
whatever's in
two-
the regional prize.
These two guys, Jerry Russell and David Clairhue, are both handed Joe and Spencer their first losses of the day, eliminating them. So they've played upsetter already there, and now they're ready to upset each other. It looks like Jerry's list is definitely designed to beat a short list, like a two-ship list. But we did hear Jerry mention that Dash is going to be a tough matchup,
He did say that.
considering his heavy laser cannon with 360 arc.
We've
So-
actually got Jerry's son here. What's his
Yes, we
name?
do.
My name is Kieran.
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 So Kieran's here.
Yeah, and you were in the tournament. You did pretty well as
Top
well.
16.
Very cool.
That's great. You got some tokens, shield tokens?
Yeah.
Excellent. Very cool.
Can I steal them?
I gave them away.
Oh, that's
Really?
nice of you.
Wow, that's charitable.
I didn't really need them. I have a lot of my own. And it comes down to what you said. It would be a problem for Dad because heavy laser cannon could knock him out. It depends on dice.
And I guess
how he
positioning,
maneuvers
right?
Dash.
I guess it depends on how many headhunters you can get a firing arc on Dash on. And it's tough, right? Because Dash has got that, obviously got that barrel roll, and it's an annoying thing. So it'll be interesting to see this matchup. We already seen Jerry overcome some odds already when he went down to 6 headhunters, and we had full health Real Admiral Chirano and Suntra Fell. And that was pretty crazy the way he maneuvered that back and forced Fell into death and pretty much changed the game right there.
He killed him right in front of us.
Killed him right in front of
I'll
us.
never
In
see
cold
that.
blood. In cold blood.
Actually, both of these pilots are no stranger. They're both veterans to X-Wing. They're both recent champions of store championships. So even though anybody
I'm gonna
can
switch
sign
over
up-
to see
yeah,
what
go
they're
ahead and
doing.
Take it over.
Sorry.
And these guys actually,
Okay.
I had the chance to go to the Kaiju Games store championship. They run a weekly drop-in on Wednesdays, by the way. And both Jerry and David had faced off there previously. And in that instance, with these two lists, give or take, I think Jerry had Tycho. David Clairhue came ahead in top, and ended up going versus Josh Dirksen in the finals. So here is a sort of rematch for them,
Ooh.
and here we go.
I like it.
It's time for a death battle.
Right, this is untimed. Well, yes, I think it is untimed. I don't think they'll need to implement their 1 hour 45-minute rule for the last round. All right, so faction 1. I'm going to enter in. What is he running against? Sorry. Oh, the 2 ships, yes. Corrin and Dash. What do they call it? Super Dash and Corrin?
Yeah.
I like it.
And now this is a variation of the more popular Super Dash that has push to limit and engine upgrade.
Ah.
He's got Recon Specialist and Lone Wolf, and likes to avoid the stress.
That will also cause a problem.
The stress? Or the...
Lone Wolf.
Oh, yes, Lone Wolf. Ooh.
We've had the chance to sit down with both of these guys earlier, and Jerry did say that he was a little bit nervous about facing Super Dash. And earlier, Dave mentioned that his strategy is to keep Corrin and Dash well apart from each other. They're basically autonomous. Wait, that's the wrong word.
Autonomous? No.
Autonomous? I don't know.
Yeah, close enough.
Use good word in
It
your
looks like-
mind based on what I say.
It looks
okay?
like he's barreling forward towards the dash, which I think is the right play. And you got Corrin off to the side, lone wolfing it.
So how do you approach this? Is focusing down Dash the idea, or do you go after Corrin? I mean, Jerry's clearly going after.
But that might be due to the fact that Corrin is the one sitting in front of him. Oh, sorry, Dash is the one sitting in front
I
of him.
think he should go to Dash because Dash poses more of a threat than Corrin does right now.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If you focus too much on Corrin, then you're gonna get free pot shots by Dash every turn.
Plus the heavy laser cannons.
Yep.
You need to take Dash out.
And it does look like Dash Rendar is already turning to the side, doing a little runaway tactic here. Let's see here. Panic or no panic? Oh, are they wondering if this is a panic attack? No. That is definitely not this list.
I think they were panicking earlier. Because
there was no
went
finals.
away.
There was no finals around. Ah, okay. Oh wait, Lol didn't get the death battle reference.
It is time for a death battle.
Wait, what am I missing? What is the death battle reference? I must have missed something.
I just said it.
That's okay. I didn't
No, but is
understand
there
the Pokemon
is there a reference to
references.
something? Maybe it's a reference to something I don't get.
It's not. I just want to say it. because
Interesting.
It's true.
If anyone, I thought it was going to be a death battle too. It just seems like it.
Things are great, Tyrant. How are you?
If anyone told me a true Z95 Swarm would be in the final, I would have told them that the Tempest Squadron pilot was the best ship in the game. Ha! Pre-Raider, of course.
Pre-Raider, yeah. Because post-Raider, all bets are off.
Yes.
So one thing I've noticed.
We didn't change the oops, I'm sorry. I forgot to change it to say finals. This is not the semifinals, by the way. This is absolutely the finals.
The final countdown.
And let's change this to say. Oops. There we go. Oh no, it's too. Okay, hang on.
Font reduction.
Oh, I failed horribly. Oh. Oh, looks good. Haha. There you go. So, by the way, you're listening to the Star Wars X-Wing Regionals, the Ontario Regionals at 401 Games, located just south of Wellesley on Yonge Street at 518 Yonge Street. I'm Mark Tang, joined by Mei Inanna here, and we're actually also joined by Jerry's son, Kieran. And Jerry is facing off. Jerry, the number 5 seed with the 8 Headhunters, is facing the number 3 seed, David Clearhue, running Super Dash and Corrin. This is actually extremely reminiscent of the national finals last year, where it was, I believe, 2 Falcons versus 4 Bs and a Z. And right now you've got the Canadian running not 2 Falcons, but an E-Wing and a Super Dash, an Outrider, against 8 naked Headhunters. We'll see how the actual battle turns out, but funny that we kind of get a very similar matchup to last year's nationals.
That's right. And for those looking for recaps on the interviews or the rounds of the day, you can stay tuned to the 401 Games YouTube or somebody's YouTube
Yeah, somebody's
channel.
YouTube. I think
It's gonna be
401,
up there
hopefully.
sometime. Just check the YouTubes and type in awesome things.
Yes. And someone was asking how Jerry beat Spencer, and it was due to the blocking Soontir and just punishing him for that. And after that, it was just a matter of time hunting down the
And a poorly
Shirano.
timed crit where Shirano
Oof,
went to
yeah.
pilot skill 0.
That pilot skill 0 crit was pretty bad. And then the other one reducing Shirano's attack definitely hurt as well. It was a lot of.
Similar strategy here.
But Jerry also did some ridiculous flying, just making sure his formation was tight, and putting Soontir in a position to die.
Once again, Jerry's formation is tight. He's starting out with 2 lines of 4. He's got the Towers behind and the Bandits in front, just like last time.
Yep.
He's rolling. He's on the other side now.
Yep.
But
yep.
both times it was close to the board, straight down
Very
like a
much
joust.
so.
Now I've had the fortune/misfortune to face off against David Clearhue and his Super Dash Corrin list very often at our Monday drop-ins at X Planet Games in Mississauga, which I invite you all to come out for.
Thank you.
what he often will do, and the dash is so deadly with the HLC because he's gonna one hard and he's gonna barrel out.
And it's so
And you're
frustrating
just
to deal with
not
that.
you're not getting in range
Nope.
one.
You think you're there, and he's out immediately. I guess that's why you need to have higher pilot skill then, if you really want to punish him for
It
that.
won't even matter, like
No?
because just the nature of the one hard and the barrel on that
barrel.
ship is so.
It's hard to
I mean,
deal with that. Yeah.
with the large base, you're basically just getting yourself out of range one.
Yeah.
You'd have to make a mistake to end up in range one.
Tyrant is asking about the last game. There were 3 headhunters left, I believe, at this point of victory, right?
I'm not really sure. It'll be on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure it was 3. Also, the other
You're insane, sir.
yes, sir. The other cool thing, Tyrant, is that Jerry didn't just block the Soontir once. He blocked him twice. The first time he blocked him, he actually the Soontir player had insane evade dice and just didn't even get touched in that round. But Jerry was he did not get demoralized by that and just blocked him again and then shot at him again and finished him with one major I think it was a range 1 headhunter attack.
And Jerry's turning his Zeds in now.
Just as I suspected.
This
Would
is,
do that.
and it looks like he's range 2, so he's going to eat a heavy laser cannon, but he's going to get a lot of shots in on Dash, and I'm pretty sure that is not something that David wants here.
It depends on where Dash is going. He could go.
Oh, Dash hasn't moved yet. You're right. Sorry. I forgot about that. Yeah, Dash could totally evade this.
Now with Rex Spec and Lone
And
Wolf,
Dash is also running onto... Dash actually, I forgot about this matchup, by the way. Sorry. Didn't mean to
You will
interrupt
be.
you, May. They both have 3 debris fields. So this is 6 debris fields on the board. None of these things will obstruct Dash.
well, that's the interesting choice when you bring obstacles. We commented on Jerry's obstacle choice earlier, and how with as many, I mean, what was it, 9 Super Dash core enlists here at the
Yeah.
table today? You're sort of just helping him out.
But the only thing is, he's going to get stressed. He doesn't want that much stress, I don't think, landing on these things.
Well, I mean, with the Lone Wolf, Dash doesn't care too much about the stress.
Ah.
He doesn't have push the limit, so he doesn't worry about losing that, and he's always going to get the action economy such as it is with Lone Wolf.
I like it. I like it. So now, is he going to pass through here? Let's see. Now, you have to land on it to get the stress. Passing through does not give you the stress, does it? Oh, passing
Yeah,
through
but-
does give you the
but
stress. I
You don't
apologize.
get you don't get the stress if you're Dash. You don't get the stress during the activation phase, which is when you would get
Oh,
it.
because you're
You
ignoring...
have
So
to
you-
choose.
Yeah.
You can, but you have to choose if you want to.
Right.
So I mean, these debris fields for Dash Rendar, treat them like they don't even exist because it's not affecting him during the combat phase, and it's not affecting him during the activation phase.
And I just want you to know that Jerry picked the 3 small debris fields, and David picked the 3 large debris fields, meaning we're actually getting the complete 6 different debris fields on the board right now. There's no overlap on that.
Which is pretty.
I think that's got to be pretty cool and pretty unlikely to have happened. I like this.
I expected people to just bring small rocks so they don't get in the way.
Well, there's been a lot of large ships, and I know a lot of people
Yeah.
did bring the smaller asteroids.
And you gotta think, I like Jerry's choice because a lot of times, like, those guys don't want stress. They want to be able to turn around and K-turn and get out of there. And flying 8 headhunters, you probably want to just trap them in a corner. So here we go. We got David turning towards Jerry.
And thanks for
And-
joining us on this here,
Yes.
whether you were live earlier today at 401 Games and decided to rush home, ignore your family and mother, and jump on and start connecting with us in the chat on the stream. We're happy to have you here. And some love for Dave here, Echo 5 saying go Dave, heart.
Woohoo!
Heart implies that he has affection.
Yes, I
Go
believe
Dad.
that's...
Go Dad. There's some live support for Jerry here.
Yes.
Oh, Dad.
So we got chat support and live support. And we got people believing that Dash is going to eat it right here. And he might be right. So, yeah, I'm Mark, and I'm joined by May here. And Jerry's son Kieran is here as well.
And this is the Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals at 401 Games in Toronto. Beautiful city, the jewel of North America.
Ooh, I like that.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
anyone
other
ever said
people in North
that.
America will like that. No, people in Montreal,
Some people in
Vancouver,
Toronto don't even
people
like that.
people in Thunder Bay won't appreciate you saying that.
Right.
As if I don't appreciate that.
There you go. Americans don't appreciate that. By the way, that's why we put down Canada versus USA. David is a Canadian and Jerry is an American. He's from Buffalo, and that's cool. That's pretty close. That's almost Canadian. That's close enough. We might not even have to put this Canada versus USA thing, technically
We
speaking.
we kind of consider ourselves part of the Canadian group because we always come over and support.
It's true.
events.
It's true, and we appreciate that.
You do.
We do try to head down too to some of the American events.
Nobody tries to do that.
No? Are you sure?
Not that I'm aware of.
No,
but
we definitely
certainly-
do.
If we do it for you, why don't you do it for us?
We do. We totally do.
Awkward. You guys are honorary Canadians, though. Which, like, ups your cool factor by 30%.
Now, are Detroit
Or
are,
Canada.
are people from Detroit honorary Canadians? Because they are right at the border too, close to Windsor, right?
Only if they come over here.
Okay. All right, so we got some evade dice going on there. So it looks like I don't even know if that bandit got hit or no, I think it was. No, yep. Sorry, I lied. There is clearly a damage card dealt there, so 3 damage.
Yep, it's thought that would happen. He gets hit by HLC.
Yeah.
Fires back.
HLC is rough, but here comes the firing back. It looks like at least 3 of those are going to have a shot. Maybe
4,
maybe 4, maybe 5.
I think-
I don't know that the Talas at the back have a shot.
I think half of them. I think half of the squad is
The-
going to have a shot.
The 4 bandits look like they have a
But
shot here.
I'm not sure about the Talos. And if they do have a shot, it's not much of a big deal because he'll lose some shields, but he still has 8 on the board, and Corrin will be coming in, and he'll lose his lone wolf.
Yeah, that's right. They are relatively close. I think they're still more than range 2 away from each other for
Yes.
Lone Wolf, but
They are out of range from each other, so
that
lone wolf
is.
still in effect.
So here we go. There's a shot. I think that's a whiff. This one is a 2 hits, it looks like. We got a shot here and probably a Lone Wolf reroll.
Yep.
No, that one was good. He successfully evaded without the Lone Wolf. I believe that was 2 attacks. I think there's still 1 or 2 more.
And the thing is, he needs to get up into Dash's face. If he gets up into Dash's face, he can't do anything. I have to hang on for
And
dear
that's
life.
1, and that is an evade. I think he's okay there. And then the last shot. Looks like 2 hits. Oh, no. Maybe that wasn't. Oh, did something happen there?
Using the target lock.
Okay, there must have been 2 focuses then. Oh, that looks like 2 hits now.
Yes.
And we've got evade dice. That looks like 2 evades.
That looks like 2 evades.
Yep, okay, so. Oh no, you know what? I think I was wrong. It looks like those Talas were in range because a lot of dice throwing is happening.
Exactly.
So,
Either
I
them
think he
or-
stripped his shield possibly. Oh, someone said 3 hits, yes. Very interesting. I do wish I had a better view of the dice. I feel like it's hard though. I mean, unless the camera we had a larger view of things, wouldn't be able to see those.
It's interesting because when you look at YouTube and you see some of the battle reports, like I take the example of Sanctioned, I've mentioned it a couple times, the guys out of Australia, and the UI and the involvement that they do with the CGI is fantastic, but very involved. And even just to do 2 minutes, it took me 8 hours. And I'm not a professional by any stretch of the word, but
But you're doing it right now. So technically, you're a professional.
I used to get paid for it too. So very
That's true.
literally, I was a professional.
That's true. Absolutely.
But in terms of like graphic design and all that, it's
Yeah,
an involved process.
it
So
is.
to show the dice results dynamically.
Well,
That's why
it
Sanction
takes
doesn't
editing.
do many videos anymore because it takes a long time
It's
to
a
do
really long
them.
time. If you think about it, I mean, if you look at those tabletop videos that Will Wheaton did, even the one for X-Wing, it had a lot of really cool animations, but to do that live during broadcasting would probably take an incredible amount of effort. But I think we're going to be able to improve this a lot the next time. We spend a little more time
I'd
doing
love
some
to do this again.
pre-preparation for it. I'd love to too.
We've actually got a tournament at X Planet coming up June 27th, 28th. It's a charity event. And I'm going to want to do this. I think that this open broadcaster software is really cool. So I'll talk and see if we can do that.
I would love to come. Unfortunately, that's my birthday week,
Ah,
That's
no.
why you should come.
No, he's got to celebrate his birthday. Well, he could play
and
X-Men.
I'll be in New York City.
Oh, that'd be hard then. New York City's awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
That'd be pretty
You're
cool.
gonna miss out on cool T-shirts though.
Actually, they have some pretty cool T-shirts in New York City. Pretty sure.
I can find some Star Wars stuff in New York City.
I like Nintendo World in New York City is my go-to. I like that
Nintendo
place.
World.
They're
That's
pretty
my
awesome.
Next stop, Nintendo World.
They're awesome. So we've got are they setting maneuver to us? Okay. And I think Jerry's done, and it looks like David's got his set too. He got them face down there over the
And
cards.
from what I can see, Dash Rendar has only one shield token remaining on him.
Ah, so there was some stripping there. That's what I thought, but I couldn't quite tell.
And it depends on where is Dash going because I know what he's up to.
He's gonna one hard barrel roll. I'll put money on it.
Jerry, according to
He's
Bellamont,
gonna
Jerry
go
is
up
going
to
to
his
take
face.
Dash to the corner and pin him. That's what
I think-
Bellamont says.
Unless he
Dan's
vaults
going to go
himself.
up to his face.
Someone's declaring right turn.
He actually, what he might do is
Someone's
vault himself
declaring Dash is going to
four-
right turn.
he'll
Do you
four-
guys have a prediction on that?
I
Yeah.
think
He'll
Dash
four
is going
forward.
to go straight forward, or he's
forward.
going to the right because Dan is going to try and get up into his face.
Like the common thing David does is Dave hard turn one and barrel, and
He can't do that here, can he? I don't think that's a good move right now.
Now, if you do that, then you are in range 1, and that would be a dead dash.
so that's the idea. Is he could go four straight and barrel, or
3 bank left, someone's saying. That'd be really ballsy. Oh my god.
I know him going up to his face.
But I think he'd collide if he did that.
Dep-
And in fact, 4 straight just got blocked according
Wait a
to
minute.
someone. I think.
I see. Yep, this is what I predicted. He's going to block him.
I like this. This is
Block
smart.
dash.
You just gotta create you just blocking most of his movement places here. Any kind of left movement is gonna hurt now.
Block dash, and then he can't do anything.
Right.
And if he goes to the right, he's still blocked, and the tail's gonna finish him off.
Now, is Dash gonna still have Lone Wolf, or is Corrin gonna be too close here?
If Corrin goes too close to Dash, then no Lone Wolf. But if they're out of range 3, if they're in range 3, then Lone Wolf will be good for Dash.
I think that if Dash gets blocked, Corrin won't be blocked, and they're definitely going to be in Lone Wolf non-range. So they'll be in 2.
So sorry, I don't know if we've talked about this, but David's list is Corrin Horn, an E-wing with veteran instincts, fire control systems, R2D2, and engine upgrade. Pretty standard Corrin Horn list. And Dash Rendar has Lone Wolf, Recon Specialist, Heavy Laser Cannon, and the Outrider upgrade.
His font is immaculate.
His
the handwriting is
writing
wonderful.
is super clear.
I wish I had his handwriting. It looks awesome.
That's great. I do not
Well,
have the handwriting.
As
either.
Dave says regarding this list, practice, practice, practice.
Oh, so he's getting 2 focuses when he's focusing.
Foci, yes.
Foci. He's getting foci.
Yeah, that's the rec spec angle. And then he's got the Lone Wolf for the rerolls.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a pretty
So
standard
what is
Dash
the-
Corrin list, right?
Dash barrel rolls. All right.
And his point, he's at 99 points too, so he would have chosen the initiative. I don't think that would matter in this matchup, though.
It would.
If they both got hit with the pilot skill 0.
It depends on where debris is going.
Oh, that's true too. So I'm assuming David probably would have gone first. Okay. People are saying David committed Corrin too early.
He did.
And this turn could be the end of Dash. Ew.
Yeah, this could be it. I mean,
Well,
unless
we
he
don't
did
know what he's
something
doing.
really interesting.
Maybe he
like
did
a-
something crazy, like a right turn. Someone said a right turn.
He'd have to like 3 bank to the right in order to avoid this at this point, and then barrel off.
That would be ballsy if he did do that because he'll be right in Corrin's face and he might bump Corrin.
Yeah, but there's not much else
this is
for him to
insane.
do at this point.
All right. So what did you guys predict? You
we
predicted
go.
somebody predicted a straight.
predict-
The
Somebody
most
predicted the
typical
left.
would be a 1
I
hard.
predict he's going 100.
Oh, he
He's doing
did.
2 hard
He did
and
go
barrel
right.
outs.
Okay, this is what
Or
he
3
needed to
hard.
do.
That's what I.
Any left or straight would have been just death, right?
Is he on the debris or
Yep.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter?
but he can
But
ignore
he
that
can ignore
because
that
of
because of
Dash
his
if
ability.
he
Yeah.
chooses.
Yeah, and he will. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to stay on that.
Call his ability.
Both of these players are immaculate with the rules. I
Yeah.
have no doubt
That he
will-
declared that,
they'll
for
be,
sure.
They'll be doing exactly what
I
they
know
want.
my
For
father is all about the rules. If I do something wrong, he will get on me.
Yeah, David's quite good with that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a very fatherly thing to do.
I lost to him in my 4th match he kind of outmaneuvered me with dash. I had to do everything I can, but he just outmaneuvered me.
Yeah, you were running a very interesting list, by the way. The four Warthogs, all with ion cannons, or were only some of them with ion cannons?
Yep, all of them have high ion
That's a
cannons.
fun list and the battle upgrade, right? B4T upgrade.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
Interesting
our
choice with
four-
Corin here.
It won me one tournament and almost 2 tournaments, and then they went cold.
Ah.
My 2 matches with Joe, the semifinalist and the finalist here, are my 2 losses of the day because I underestimated Joe and he just outmaneuvered me.
And Joe's list was something that people would underestimate.
Yeah.
Bringing in such an oddball list.
Yeah.
It is.
But he does that. He did that at the X Planet Store Championship too, and he did well there as well.
I underestimated it. I thought.
Catan played that much. Like I've never
Yeah.
seen him. I played him once just for fun. He did actually pretty good, but I read his ability, and I thought like it was everyone except him, but I was wrong. Everyone and him.
I saw his list and I thought it looked pretty good and he was doing really well with it. But I honestly thought Carlo was going to rip his list to pieces. And then the opposite happened.
The
so
opposite did happen.
That was pretty impressive.
This has been a regionals of surprises.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, the semifinals, both of those matches went on an extraordinarily long time. And what's shaping up here is a quick match. This
that just
could be the end of Dash.
Oh, we
So
had
this is
a-
the HLC from Dash
Do we
Rendar.
lose a bandit? One bandit down.
One bandit down. It is
Still
what it is.
7 left.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good roll. Looks like 4 hits there, or 3 hits.
And what does Dash have? 2. How does he have 2 focuses on him?
Right now,
Yeah,
I
he's
think he
got
spent
recon
one. He might have
spec and he
spent one
spent one
actually.
of them.
Yeah, so he's got one more.
That and the reroll from Lone Wolf, which I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I guess it looks like it might take place.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
well,
he's far enough away. Like he's about range 3 from
I
maybe.
think he's off. I think he's off from Corin.
Yeah, he's like 3 away almost. He's at least 2 away, definitely 2 away, so he's fine.
So if you're interested in learning to play X-Wing as well as Jerry and
Yes.
David, you can definitely come out and practice to any number of events. Go
So
to-
many events.
Go to Facebook.
Yes,
Go to
yes.
Facebook and sign up with the Star Wars Gaming Ontario group, and then
Yes.
come out to events Monday through Friday and the first Sunday of every month. Plus, there's tournaments every single weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on. You should check that out.
Got 1 hit. I think that's evaded.
When I first got into this hobby, even before I bought my first chip,
Yes.
I saw that the TIE Phantom poster,
Yes.
and I'm like, I want this thing. But I don't just buy things. I go home and I research on YouTube. I started to find channels like MNX and that
Yes, yes.
X-Wing Strategy Tips channel and Sanctioned. Started watching battle reports and all that. So you can find this after the show at
Amazing.
some point, maybe tomorrow. We'll
Yeah.
put this online.
It'll be online.
And you can also find me on YouTube if you go search for Maya Nana or Let's Talk About X.
X.
And then, as previously mentioned, MNX is
Yep.
certainly a YouTube channel of some note. And
Yeah.
they were in here earlier today.
That's right, and
have
one of them
helped
is in the
support
chat,
this.
Mr. Hossie. I think.
That's right. So if you want to chat with MNX, they're in the chat right now.
Oh, people are declaring Dash's death already.
Too soon.
It's not over yet. Well, we'll see though.
That was not a great
It's-
defense
it's,
roll. It was 2
uh,
blanks and 1 evade. I
Yeah,
think.
that didn't look very good. So what is he at? No damage cards yet.
He's
Still has 1 shield, I
still
think.
1 shield.
Here we
One
go.
hits, and then it's gonna roll another one. See
That looks like another hit.
if I can find it.
Oh, there's
He's
2
two.
MNXs in this chat.
Lies.
Amazing.
Declare yourselves.
Oh my goodness.
If you're an MNXer, you have to tell us. It's like a cop.
Oh man.
I'm surprised
It's a lot
how
of
Dash
evades.
is still surviving this.
The dice are strong with this one.
Oh, they are.
I,
May the dice be with you.
but not too kindly.
May the odds forever be in your Star Wars.
Never tell me the odds.
I think that's what's happening.
Did you say hose? Did he just call us hose?
I just heard hose. Tell him hose. All right. Or maybe it's Hoss. Maybe Hoss is what that is. Maybe
They
it's-
might be beside each other.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's nice to have you. Welcome.
What do we got?
3
Oh man. Oh, that looks like only 1 evade. And he looks a little bit sad about that. I think that shield is gone.
Wait, I thought how many shields?
He's
did-
used
Oh,
up the
it was-
focus
it was
to
a
get the
focus
evade he
symbol.
needs.
So how many
Wow.
shots do we have left?
I think only 1 or 2. Oh, that looks like 1 hit. And
It looks cocked. He's rolling it again. Do it.
okay,
And
2. Nope. I think
According to
one.
Mr. Hosty, we've got the number
got
1
two.
Top Gun MNX player in the chat as well. So
Ooh.
if you want to ask some good
Oh, that
X-Wing
shot-
questions, we got some cool people with skills here in the chat. And thanks
I
for
like
joining
it.
us as the Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals, hosted by 401 Games, which is at Yonge, just south of Wellesley, and this is the thing that's happening now.
Oh, so what we thought was Hose was actually just Hoss for Hossie. Very amusing,
Hoss.
the
Tell 'em
mix-up that we
Hoss.
had there.
Hoss hose.
Tell 'em.
how
Okay, so I think a lot of shields just got stripped there. That's what it looks like.
many shields does he have left? I can
He's still
barely
got his shield.
I thought Corrin was the one on the bottom.
Yeah, Corin is the one on the
Okay,
bottom.
so some of those shots were, oh right, because
How does he
that
still have
that
his
one
shield?
bandit couldn't shoot at Rider. He had to shoot at Corrin.
Yeah, so Corin's got 1 shield down, and he's probably gonna get that back soon. He did. He
Yep.
stripped 1 shield from
Yep.
Corin,
If
and
I
then
know
there's still a
Corin-
shield on Dash.
I think Dad, in my opinion, I think he needs to go up to Dash because if Corrin is doing a 2 loop, does he have engine upgrade?
He
Uh,
does.
yes.
He's gonna do a 2 hard, I think, and probably unless he does the E-wing have a 1 hard.
He has a
Chaps, tell me.
barrel-
Oh no, it's Dash at the bottom and Corrin at the top. That's what we're being told.
Yeah. See, Corrin can just go there and just barrel roll. I don't think he really needs the boost.
Oh wow, he just lost all of his shields. Dash did this round. That's good to know.
I think he's got 1 left.
No, that's not. It's Corrin. That's Corrin. Apparently, Dash is the card at the bottom,
Is it really?
and that's a target lock. I think on top of him, not a shield.
Oh,
That's that is interesting. Right, because they said that's the recon specialist, and that's a good point. And it's got the 2 focus tokens on it, right? Oh boy. All right, Dash. Yikes. Dash is gonna be in trouble.
this is continuing coverage of the eternal struggle of good versus evil, Canada versus USA, David versus Jerry on Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals.
We're the
401
good side.
Games.
We're the good side.
Yeah.
But, it's undeclared right now, and it's we're at 401 games.
It's unclear who the winner will be.
Not the. I thought you were saying. I was trying to say it was unclear who the good or bad guy was.
I feel that way as well sometimes.
Okay, that's
the
good to
moral
know.
gray I live in.
Yeah.
Both neutral. I love that.
Yeah.
Fine. We're in the same continent.
It's a little D&D alignment humor for you.
Ah, I like that. All
We've
right.
been united. We're the strongest one.
That's Mark Tang.
So-
I'm Mayanana, and we're here with Jerry's son,
Kieran Russell.
Kieran.
And we are at 401 Games, which is at 518 Yonge Street.
That is a place.
It is. And it's a wonderful place. And we think, and the owner's here now too, John Park.
The
who we
MNXers
truly
are
appreciate,
multiplying.
I must say.
Ah, hi.
Hi, how are you
yeah.
guys?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Thanks for hosting this for us.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
And leaving the lights on for us
What's
while we
up?
play. Thanks for leaving the lights on.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for letting us even come in here. It's a cool air conditioned room.
This room is nice. Yes.
This is my
Yeah.
first
It's
time at
great.
the new venue, and this is an amazing
Do you like
place.
it? Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
great
love it.
space
Yeah,
for
we're gonna
games.
get cafe soon.
Great.
Yeah, so yeah,
Nice.
looking forward to that.
Oh, really?
Really?
A liquor license is coming,
on
folks.
The plan. Yeah, you know.
Awesome.
Everybody has have some drinks.
Yeah.
while playing.
The spice must flow.
Yes.
Oh, and
That's
it
great.
looks like there are 3 people from the MNX video crew. Thank you.
Thanks so much for
Thanks,
stopping
Sean.
by.
And so we were, we have 3 people from the MNX YouTube channel.
They're
Are they a YouTube
multiplying.
channel? Are they more than a
Maybe
YouTube
someone
channel?
can
I'm
put
sorry,
up a
I
firewall
don't
to
want to
keep
just say
these
they're a
miscreants
YouTube
out.
channel. Are they like actually a crew?
I
Like,
think they're more than a YouTube
I
channel. They're a way of
apologize.
life.
You guys are like Team. They're like Team Covenant, but in their own way, on a different thing. For X-Wing.
This match is going well so far.
I'm not really sure who it's going well for though.
Well,
We've lost a Z at this point,
Well, the
but
shields
Dash
are
has
down on
lost
Dash
his
though,
shields.
so that's pretty bad.
but
I don't think there's a lot of damage on
Corrin
those.
keeps out of range 3, then
He was serious about the cafe here at 401 Games, 518 Young Street.
Yeah, 518 Young Street.
And then
That's great. It makes sense though because we're moving towards that. If you really look at it, they started having a board gaming space where you could rent games off their library, and the next step is just having a coffee shop.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
They have tables and chairs, so
Yeah, and it's honestly this new area is great. The tables are actually wider too. They might actually work better for X-wing. You don't need two tables with these. These actually look like they might be wide enough for a 3x3.
this would be
space.
perfect when the Imperial Raider drops and everybody wants to
Oh,
play
yeah.
Epic.
3x6, right? It's the whole table.
Everything
right?
is 3x6.
That's
around.
awesome. I
I'm
love that.
excited. I'm a Scum guy and all. I run Scum, but I always thought the advances need to get better. And
Yep.
with the new ones coming out, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Vader.
Long time coming for
And I
that.
hope the Inquisitor comes out and see what he's cooking, because that's another one I want to see.
I've been an Imperial girl for a long time, but then when Scum came out, I'm like, yeah, I have to get in on that. That's so fun. And I basically ignored the Empire, but the TIE Advanced is drawing me back to it.
Yeah.
Juno Eclipse.
Ooh, look
Enough
at this
said.
maneuver. I like that.
See, with that, I don't get it. Juno was an advance, but with this saying, I think the Rogue Shadow could come back, because if Juno's a pilot, then she could be another pilot. Like, you could put
Yeah.
Starkiller, Proxy, and some other dude. Like some ordinary Rogue Shadow, and they could be Rebels and Imperial.
Ooh, look at that
Both
dash
Rebels-
escape.
And it's a cloaked ship too.
Dash?
If you hear it in the video games, when Starkiller's going into the Death Star, he said to Juno, "Keep the ship cloaked and wait for my signal." Showing that it is a cloaked ship, and with its large base, it's the first large ship.
Getting a lot of Star Wars history here. It's pretty awesome.
Force Unleashed stuff, right?
Force
Yeah.
Unleashed.
Yeah, I mean, it would
Also
be
not
cool.
canon now? Is all
Um,
that stuff not canon?
You know, I can't even keep track of that.
Stupid.
I don't think FFG cares about that,
No,
to be
I don't
honest.
think they care.
It's canon to me. Just Disney just wants Rebels to be canon.
Yeah.
Don't let the
Hopefully
Inquisitors
they'll
lie
do
to
a good job adding some of that stuff in. I hope they do.
Breaking out the lasers here.
Ooh, look at how bright Jerry's laser is. That's a fancy one.
Now, someone had said, I mentioned the armypainter.com.
Yeah.
Did somebody say that it was discontinued, period? Like the Army Painter doesn't even make that product anymore? Or was that just that the
I
batch
don't
that
know.
Meeple got was
I'm not
faulty?
actually sure.
You can't tell me what's canon and what's not canon. Everything's canon.
All right, so we got one hit here, and looks like an Evador. Focus. Nope, it was
If
an
you're
Evador.
literally putting Ahsoka and Vader back, then why isn't the Clone Wars canon?
Isn't it?
Clone Wars is canon, I think, because that's
Boggles my
that was
mind.
run by. Was that not a Disney thing or?
No.
Well, the K-Wing's not canon, so.
No, because
And that's
the
still
reason
happening at our
why-
faces.
The reason why season 6 wasn't back on Cartoon Network and now it was on Netflix, because Disney bought it when season 5 was just coming out, so they couldn't do season 6 on Cartoon Network or any Disney channel yet until the Clone Wars was done, and then Disney can do whatever they wanted with.
And I know that FFG has secured the license for the IP for another at least 6 years, was it? So expect several more waves.
But I'm not sure about what I just said, but I think it's true.
On the line lasers, problem with the lens. So they mass recalled those lasers. So that mean they're not selling them anymore, or are they gonna reprint them?
Star Wars Christmas is the truest thing that you're ever going to experience in life.
No, Star Wars New Year is the best, because
What?
you're literally.
I've never even seen Star Wars New Year's.
Sometimes I feel like you just say things.
Star Wars Christmas, I want to see. I haven't actually watched it yet. That
Star
VHS
Wars
tape.
Christmas. What?
Yeah, it's a classic.
How is that the one you don't know?
I just think
That's
hello.
funny.
I'm just a fresh kid.
That's funny. No, I want to see the Star Wars Christmas. I've heard about it. I know. Apparently, is it true the legends that Lucas tried to destroy most of them? I think that sounds like an urban
Lucas
legend.
tried to destroy a lot of things like childhood, happiness.
Yeah, I definitely tried to destroy. He did. He destroyed
was not
happiness.
successful.
Midi-chlorians destroyed happiness. Midi-chlorians. What is that? Come
We
on.
don't know what the Criticorin is. We're going to dispatch an agent.
You know what? Yes, let's dispatch an agent.
A correspondent
Agent
has been
go.
sent out to find out.
Oh.
No trippy.
And the agent has been dispatched.
This is Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals
It
at
is.
401 Games. I'm
401
Manana. This is Mark Tang, and Jerry's son Kieran has joined us
Yes.
for witty repartee.
At 401 Games, 518 Young Street, south of Wellesley. Young Street, awesome. West side of the street, by the way. West side. West side. And we got number 3, David Clearhue, who is the Canadian, versus number 5, Jerry Russell, the American. And
I'd rather the Jar Jar pilot not be released.
And when is the Jar Jar pilot?
Our chat is lively tonight.
There's a
It's minor hull breach
Minor
on
hull
Dash
breach.
Rendar. That's
Jar
what
Jar
happens if you don't shave, Dash.
You know, I think Jar Jar would make a fine pilot. Crew, maybe a crew, not pilot, just a crew. He probably would ruin the ship, actually. That would be the... What would his ability be? His ability would be fly into an asteroid, you lose. That would be the ability.
He's literally Jack Porkins' ability, but worse than that.
Ooh, I like it. Ah.
He'd be me Sid.
Oh, Jar Jar Binks. What a mistake he was.
Episode 1.
Actually, he's a funnier character than they've ever
You know
tried
what?
to make.
He's actually the only character that you can describe that has any emotion in the first movie, Phantom Menace, actually.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know. I'm going to blame George Lucas on that one.
I'm just gonna blame the director. He made the bad movie. He gets the blame.
Yeah, agreed.
It's interesting. Yeah, well, they're commenting about Jerry rolling the evade dice one at a
Yes.
time. Don was telling us
Don
that he
told
feels
us.
that the evade dice are cursed.
So he hates his dice
So
equally.
he hates them and he curses them as he rolls them.
That's why I gave his clear dice. I gave my clear dice to him last year because I think they're cursed.
See, I love that, the little rituals that people
Yes.
people make.
People do that,
That's
and I
part
love
of
that.
the nuance and the fun about X-wing.
Yeah,
or any game really.
I think that's hilarious.
Conspiracy theories.
Yep. I want to see someone who spins around 3 times before they roll their dice. That would be
Right.
good.
Really?
I'm likely to do that.
I gotta
thrown the
figure
dice.
something
I've
like-
thrown the dice under my legs before, not because I think it does anything better,
Just because
Just
you have
double
butterfingers.
or style points. I have
Corin-
style.
Corin
This is what I
just
do.
double tapped because it's under right there.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good way. But now,
Yes.
when the weapons malfunction or weapons offline token comes out with the slam and the K-wing, I wonder if we're going to see people using that weapons off token to represent Corrin's double tap.
Yeah, because right now there's no good. I use a cloak token, which is weird, but I figure that's the only
I
obvious
just
thing.
use an ion token.
Yep,
because
ion makes sense too. But ion is like because you know when you've got an ion, so you
But
know.
there's nothing really specific
no,
to it.
they
right?
needed one. They should have printed a token for Corrin.
See you guys.
See you, Don.
Take care, Don. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for.
R5 Don
And R5
4 has
Don 4.
left the building.
He's out. R5 Don 4. He told us a great story about how whenever anyone gives him a gift, he does poorly in that tournament. And he was given an R5 D4 Decipher Star Wars CCG card today. I forget by who. Do you remember who gave that to him?
It doesn't matter. The important part was if you want to beat him, give him a gift.
Yes. So we've discussed that basically he's going to get a whole bunch of gifts at the next tournament,
So you're saying.
and it's good to know.
So you're saying we both win. Anyway.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Just give him something, and everyone will be happy.
Except the person that gave stuff to him. He's probably not happy.
Jedi are supposed to be stoic. Just recite the Jedi code.
I'm a terrible Jedi.
Stoic Jedis. Come on.
If I was a
Everybody
Jedi,
knows Luke was very emotional. Come on. Although he wasn't a Jedi when he was emotional.
He's gonna do. Dash is gonna do a one hard to the left and then
Dash-
barrel.
Dash
he,
is
he
definitely-
probably doesn't even
just
have
too
to
hard
barrel.
To the left, he's going off the board. I think the right thing to do is go to the left.
He'll. I mean, he's gonna one hard and then just probably Rex back, and he's gravy. Like that Tala is not gonna get any shots on him where he is. The only
many-
shots he might face are from the bandits.
How many Z's are on the board?
There are still
Oh,
five,
that guy might get
six. Hold on, let's
a
see.
beat
Here.
on him.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think 6.
There's some naysaying here about the potential.
It looks
of
like
Dash
there's
to escape.
at least 2 bandits and no 3 Talas
The
and 2
Talas are
bandits.
blue and the bandits are yellow.
it's really.
I think it's 4 Talas and 2 bandits. But it's possible that you can't see the color.
No,
of it.
there's,
Oh no,
there's
sorry, it's a
3
Tala.
Talas and
It's
2
a Tala.
bandits.
It's 3 and
I
3.
think it's actually 5 on the board.
No, there's
Yeah.
one here behind this outrider. I think it's
yeah,
3 and 3.
4.
Oh, right.
2,
Yeah.
4 right
So
there.
there's
3
6 left.
3 bandits, 3 Talas. And Corrin has double tapped. Is that the thing? So Corrin cannot shoot. Oh, and they've marked it by putting the pilot card on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I approve of this. I don't know if they care about my approval, but I approve of this.
And I think there's actually 5. I can't see the 6th one.
Someone's saying Dash is done. Ye of no faith, Bellamont.
That's right.
Listen,
I wouldn't count out Dash
we
that quick.
6 Zs. That is true. That is a lot of shots.
That's true. There are 60s.
Oh, wait, sorry. That was a reference to our question from earlier. I gotta remember that these chats are basically 20 seconds behind us.
Wait,
You have to remember that.
Corin.
It looks like that Z is taking a lot. This is gonna be really tough for Dash.
Corin has his shooting back because it is now activation phase.
Now, Dash hasn't moved yet. But Dash can't really move in a place to avoid
He
this.
has to go 1. If he goes 2, then I
This
give
is
him
this
props.
is where he's either going to decide to rec spec to turtle up, or he's going to barrel out.
I would say he's going to rec spec just to get the range 2 and get to HLC before he probably dies.
Makes sense to me.
The other thing is if he decides to go with something like a 3 hard, he's going to stay on
Yeah.
the board and he's going to get that distance he needs, and then he can rec
He
spec.
might be
So
at the right
It's
distance,
a question of
yeah.
how hard his turn was. Or
Yeah.
how fast it was.
So
Oh,
there-
Ithaca says Dash will get out of this. I like it. But Bellamont says no, Dash is done. I
So
definitely
he's
see the
gone
yellow
with the
nose.
3.
Bellamont is correct. There is
Oh.
absolutely, and you'll see there it is. There's
3.
the third. Is it a bandit?
This
Bandits
is,
are
this
yellow,
is
right?
what I'm talking about. It's so hard to get into the donut.
Was that a 3-turn, by the way?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
a 3-turn. My
Smart.
correction was wrong.
So now, does he barrel roll? No,
No,
that's
he'd
silly,
rec
right?
spec at this point.
Yeah.
At this, yeah. If he barrel rolls, I don't think he could, because if he does that, then what's the point of? He's just literally giving.
He's making
that-
his next turn an automatic. Yeah, he's letting him trap him.
He's got to face it. He's never going to avoid
The
these
blue
towers
the 2 blue
attacking.
tiles will cut off Dash. That's a really good point. Those 2 blue tiles at the top can probably move in a way to just block Dash's normal maneuver.
Corin's just dancing.
Corin is just trying to pick off one of those things, I believe.
Yeah.
Um,
He's the guy that is the thorn in the side, and
So-
Dash is the big guy.
He
Yeah.
kind of needs Dash to survive at least one more round so that Corin can continue picking off. If Corin only picks off one more, he's going to be in trouble having 5 headhunters against the E-Wing. We'll see, though.
And this is another exciting battle, and the final battle.
Ooh, someone says it's a mistake to
today
double tap, eh?
for our Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals at 401 Games. Thanks for joining and
yes.
staying with us. That's fantastic. It's been a long, arduous day of X-Wing, and many talented pilots have gone home. It's down to David Clarihew and Jerry Russell, who are both probably
Yeah.
exhausted,
I could imagine.
but both competent.
It's also hot in that room. We
It's
should
really hot.
note that we're in a nice, cool, air-conditioned room.
And they're
They,
in a-
they are not. They apparently there's air conditioning in the room, but the lights are too much for that room, and it's extremely humid and hot in there.
It'll probably get cooler now, but when you had 53 players in
53
there,
people.
Plus,
I think there
everyone
were
was
still people at the
excited and
back.
energetic. There was a buzz in the air.
Yeah.
It was really something to behold, but it was also sweltering hot.
Absolutely, I was impressed. Not
There's a lot of
impressed, sorry,
standing
man. I was
involved too, right? Like
shocked at the
technically, I
heat.
think they offer chairs, but the truth is, people end up
You
standing.
you can't really sit and play this game unless you are at a high chair or something where you can reach over things. Otherwise, you're just better off standing.
Yeah.
It's a standing game. It's like most miniature games. They're standing games. You can't really sit and play miniature games.
So what is? It's all down to dice.
It is, but it also, I mean, Jerry's got great positioning here, and it's gonna be tough for this Outrider to survive. It's got 6 direct shots at it, 1 at range 1 possibly, 3 at range 2, and 2 at range 3. It looks
They're
like,
all focused. I don't
and
see any
it looks
target
like
locks.
they're all focused. You're right, so they're ready for battle.
I think just to be on the offensive and defensive side, because of Corn coming in the back and Dash with his HLC, so I can understand why Dad is focusing.
This is interesting. Here comes the dice battle. So
And both of these players, I want to point out that both of them have practiced their lists for
yeah.
probably at least 6 months in David's case.
Jerry said a year.
A year for Jerry.
And-
So,
Started at the Kingston Regional.
Ah.
right, like a lot.
Oh,
they
was that
put a
at the
lot
was
of
that at
time
the
in.
Kingston Gaming Nexus?
Who's the guy that owns that place down there?
Because we've been told about this Kingston Gaming Nexus a few times on the
It looks
chat
like
board here.
It is a.
It's probably that place, I think, right?
It has like it goes downwards. There's stairs that go down, and then there's the place.
I'm going to go ahead and assume it is the Kingston Gaming Nexus, but I can't be sure. Can't be too sure.
I forgot what it was called.
Oh,
but
we look like we have 4 hits here and 1 miss. 2 miss. Nope, that looks like an evade. Nope, I think that is.
Shields are stripped.
Shields are stripped. Are any damage cards going to be dealt here? Let's
No.
see. No. Yep, 1 face down. So 1 health left on something that the Outrider shot at. Not sure which one it is.
So even if you didn't have the opportunity to come down and attend regionals, there's always tournaments that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, May 23rd, there's an escalation tournament at
Ooh,
Phoenix
Escalation's
Rising in
fun.
Kitchener.
That looks like a whiff on that attack.
Yeah, I've never had an escalation tournament. I thought
Oh,
about doing
okay.
it before.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
23rd, and there's also a tournament, just a straight, 100.1v1 at
Yep.
Meeple Mart on the 23rd of May as well.
Now, Escalation, you might want to describe. Is that the one where you start with like 75 point list, then you go to a 100 point
So,
list, then a
like,
125 point list
yeah,
as you play
exactly.
each round?
And you can't, like, what you add to the first list has to carry forth to the
Oh,
subsequent
what you add
lists.
has to carry forward. I
So
like
you
that.
can't just swap them out. They build
That's
upon
great.
each other.
That's a great idea for a list. So Jerry's got a second Headhunter attack, it looks like here. I believe it's the one, the range 3 ones he's going for first. Let's see here. So he whiffed on that one too, I believe. And that looks like a whiff as well.
Oh, that's tough.
Oof. Okay, so he's still got 3 attacks here. Oh, he's spending his target lock. I apologize. And that looks better. That looks like 2 hits.
So it sounds like the finals for the Tulsa Team Covenant regionals are over,
that
and it
looks
was
like
Decimator
he's
Fell
spending the focus to
versus
get the 2
Decimator
evade.
Whisper.
So this is the 4th Headhunter attack.
He's dead.
That is a 1 hit, I believe. He's thinking of spending the target lock. He is
I would
spending it.
say
He spent it. So he's taking the target lock back, and now he is re-rolling the second die, and that looks like nothing. So 1 hit.
come on now.
Yeah.
And
This is
that looks like
The dice
Lone Wolf
are
may have helped him there. Oh, he's
Maybe
spending the
his
focus.
dice really are
Oh, it was
cursed.
2 focuses, but now Dash doesn't have any more tokens, and I think there's still 2 more Headhunter attacks. 1 range
I'm
2 and 1
surprised he's
possibly
still
range 1.
alive. I thought Corn.
It's pretty crazy. I agree.
What's interesting is in Tulsa they've got Imperial in the finals, and in Toronto we've got Rebel versus Rebel.
Wow. Did you see what they just said about Team Covenant? It's a Decimator Fell versus a Decimator Whisper.
Right.
So actually, that kind of makes sense. Rear Admiral Shirano has done really well today too. But so I mean, it's a pretty common list, it seems. Chirpy, and high piloting skill Arc Dodger.
So the rest of May for tournaments, you can also have Dueling Grounds tournament on the 24th.
Very nice.
And on the 31st, Black Knight Games is doing a tournament. And then, of course, X Planet is having a 2-day Star Wars charity extravaganza that you should attend. The 27th is X-Wing, the 28th Imperial Assault.
Very nice. Imperial Assault. There's an Imperial Assault tournament coming up. Sweet.
Oh, I don't want to.
That is exciting.
Oh, if they did X-Wing on Sunday, then that'd be great.
Hmm.
Even though I'm not going to be there. My birthday.
All good. You will enjoy your time there in New York City.
Yeah, there's also Armada on the 28th as well. So those two
Desi-
communities and people are looking for places to play. That's one thing to look out for.
Huh. That's a funny one. 6 players in 3 regional finals right now. 5 lists include a fat
Are they
turret.
dialing? Or.
I think it looks like they should be, but I still see focus tokens on Jerry's ships. Oh, there we go. So clearing, and now they're ready for the next round. They are going to be dialing.
So just to review what the top 8 were.
Yeah.
So most of these were Rebel lists. There were a couple Shirano Fell lists and a Shirano Echo list, but there was a single Scum list in the top 8.
Number 7, Alan Fung.
And it was 2 fire sprays, Scum Boba, Scum Cath.
And that is the only Scum list to make the top 8. None of the Brobot lists, the 3 Brobot lists, none of them made top 8.
There was a disproportionate amount of Rebels. Over 50% of the players brought Rebel lists. And of that, over 50% of the players brought B squads, and then it was carved up between Super Dash and Corins, and then you're just randoms.
Mostly-
Similar to what you're seeing here. This was one of the randoms. Here, the Z
Mostly all
list.
the rebels was 4 Bs and a Z.
Yep,
Yeah.
we went through the list, and there were basically 13 or 14 4BZs, and then the other really common list was actually Super Dash Corrin. So there you go, and one of them made it.
It's funny 'cause it-
but Jerry has an absolutely unique list. Nobody is running a Rebel Swarm like that. There are no eight ship lists, especially not. There's not even 8 ties, so he's the only one with a real Swarm list, and it's a unique list, and it works really well against these 2 ship lists.
It takes a year of practicing.
And practice, that's
Yeah.
right. I mean, we saw him come back from. I thought they were insurmountable odds. I thought he was finished in the last match, to be honest with you, because he had lost the 2 bandits, had done no damage to the Cherno and Sunterfell, and then Sunterfell just did this crazy dance, took no damage, got blocked, still took no damage, and then the next turn, Jerry just kept picking at him and finally blocked him in, hit him with a really devastating attack, and Sunter finally, his evade dice finally failed him,
Does Dash
and
still,
that changed the match right there.
how many shields does Dash have? Does he still have 1?
No, he's got a crit on him too.
So
Direct hit, it looks like.
And Luke Cross was asking about B-Wings. We're talking about it in a different matchup. This matchup does not have any B-Wings.
There were 13 B squad lists today.
Yeah, so many. Everywhere. And like, it was a good mix of, we had a lot of meta lists in the top 8. Like, we looked through that. We would say Joe had a meta list with his, Joe Silva was number 2. He definitely had a meta
The
countering
most
list
unique
with,
today.
yes, Etanabot, Tarn Mycin, the X-Wing, actually one of the few X-Wings we saw all day today, really.
Yeah.
And 3 bandit headhunters. And so he clearly had a meta list. So did Jerry, obviously, with his 8 headhunters.
And Carlo.
And Carlo had a ridiculous list with, Carlo had a
An
ridiculous list.
ordnance heavy list
Yeah.
with Aaron Kraken, Corin Horn, and a couple bandits.
And so he had cluster missiles and 2 homing missiles on
And it was
the
all about the
headhunters.
Alpha Strike. And you can actually check in to interviews with all of these people, actually.
Yeah.
With Carlo, with Joe, with Jerry, on the YouTube channel for 401 Games following this broadcast, along with several of those sessions.
Yeah, and
Matches.
it's been wonderful. We got a lot of insight from a lot of
Someone
the players.
said there was a wedge. Lies.
There was a wedge. Yeah, I saw a wedge on the list. We
Really?
didn't see it on the camera, but there definitely was a wedge list. It was. I think the wedge list was the one with the weird one with the A wing and the X wing and the Y wing. Like, it was a very unusual list.
I like it. I like it when people just.
You know what? I'm gonna look that
just
list
play
up.
play the ships you want.
I agree. I mean, Kieran here also had a really pretty unique list. I don't think I ever saw many Warthogs on any list. So he was running a scum list with 4 Warthogs and 4 Ion Cannons, which looked pretty fun. I mean, as long as they stay in front of you, you're probably punishing them really badly, right?
Yeah, I thought I was going to be in the top 8 today with this squad because it never failed me.
Sometimes it's the matchups, right? There are definitely some bad matchups for that list.
I don't know. Joe was my hardest match because it was so unpredictable. It looked really easy, just go after Eton. And then when we went to dies and he had the initiative, I was a little bit disappointed in my dies.
Jerry is really aggressively attempting to block this.
Yeah, this is
This
really
is
neat.
risky.
There's a lot of
God,
stress
what are
going
you
on here
doing?
too.
He's a good thing.
Wow.
That is a good thing. And
Oh wow, straight. That was close. That's a dangerously close to that edge.
I can see why he did that, but this is really dangerous. I think Dash is getting cornered that he cannot go anywhere. See, with Corrin, I'm a little bit worried for Dad because Corrin Horn is just going to.
Oh, if Dash
He's a
made a
beast
one
at
left,
late
if Dash
game.
made a one left, Dash would have been in a really good position.
Dash has done a really good job. Oh, David's done a really good job of keeping Dash alive while an entire swarm follows him. And that's enabled Corin to come in, double tap to kill somebody off, let Dash do some of the heavy lifting, and a late game Corin,
Oh, here's the
who's
wedge
just got the
K-turned.
angle that he wants.
Corrin Horn just K-turned. He has a
Okay,
stress
so
token.
this
He's
is
definitely
this is
able to
rough.
stay on the board.
He needs to. He just needs to
he's
kill.
not off the
He needs to
board.
survive, or just kill one of these bandits while going down, because otherwise. But then again, five headhunters against Corrin.
Nothing.
That's not good.
And then Lone Wolf.
Oof, that's a pretty bad one.
Bad.
Oh wait, he's got to focus though, so I think
But
he's
he
turning
only
into 4
has
hits.
one. And
Okay, so one
It's
bandit
done.
down.
one bandit down.
Now-
He's dead?
Tala's
Yeah, one
down,
Tala's down. Sorry. Now that's interesting. I mean, that Dash is still in big trouble, so we'll see. Now Dash has what, one critical on him, and that's it. Let me
Wait,
take
how
a
did
quick look.
Corrin
I'm
get a
gonna
shot at
scroll
him?
over for 1 second here. Yeah,
How
it's just
did
one.
he get the shot? Did Dad miss? And he just bad roll.
Oof. Okay, so how many arcs does he have there? 3 for sure, right? But do the 2 at the back near the debris field have a shot?
Come on, Dad.
Hmm?
Nah, I'm sorry. My father's playing.
And there's a hit. That looks like a hit.
I really won.
Okay. Stress is gone. That's he's spending a focus to make that 2 hits. Tala only has 3k.
Nothing.
Oh, for the K turn. Right.
He just took a hit. Because he got 3 blanks and he just took a hit.
Yep. And so he's gonna deal the card out. No, he's spending the focus.
Yeah, but he's also taking a hit.
It looks like he didn't. I'm not sure why.
There
maybe,
wasn't.
maybe he had. I think he had 3 evades there.
Did he really?
I think he did because he had 3 symbols and he used a focus, so he should have definitely. Yeah, that means he had it. Here comes the target lock being spent though. Looks like we've got 2 hits. That looks like 1 evade. So is he going to be dealt 2 damage cards here? Let's see.
It looks like 2 evades.
Okay, so maybe he was okay. Yeah, he didn't get any damage out there, so that looks like 3 evades.
Dash has done a really good job of clinging on here. So
Yeah, the dice have not been in Jerry's favor, it seems, right now.
if Jerry's able to block Dash
Oh,
in
that looks
this
like a
next
2-hit.
turn, then he'll walk him off the
Corrin.
board. And that's a tough thing to do. It sometimes
We-
seems like
we-
it can be done,
We
but
saw an incredible matchup with William Tink and the guy who was first place in up to Swiss. Actually, first place all the way up
Spencer.
until
Yeah.
Spencer, all the way up until the last round. And he almost got bullied off the board by William, but for somehow he survived by 1 millimeter to not get bullied off that board.
and as tough as that was, you're dealing with somebody that is even more maneuverable. Like
Yeah, that's true. That was Cherno, right? Yeah, it was Cherno that almost got blocked off, but did not get blocked off. So
Dials.
Dash,
This is,
Dash looked like Dash survived that.
Dash
somehow.
survives another round.
Did Dash
and
take
one
0
more
damage
Tala
that round,
down.
though?
So
He
there's
took
down to
Zed.
five Zeds.
I'm
now.
scrolling this over again. Yeah, there's there's 1 damage. It looks like so.
So I was right.
Yeah,
He
there
did
was
take
a
damage.
single damage there.
This is continuing coverage of the Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals at 401 Games. Thanks for sticking with us. It's
Thank
been
you.
a long day.
It
I'm
has.
Mayanana. This is Mark Tang.
Hello.
And Jerry's son, Kieran, has joined us here.
And we are watching Canada versus USA for the ultimate battle. It's almost I think America's looking for revenge from last year's nationals.
Not going to happen. It might, actually. It's
Actually,
anyone's game.
this
There's
one's
5
really
Zeds on
up
the
in
board.
there.
After losing 5 and Corrin coming in, it's anyone's guess.
Absolutely. This has been pretty incredible. I got to say, by the way, someone mentioned the wedge list. So the wedge list, if you're wondering, was wedge with R2-D2 and Predator, a Gold Squadron Y-Wing with the BTL-A4 upgrade ion turret and R3-A2 for the stress, a Gold Squadron Y-Wing with an R2 Astromech and auto blaster turret, and a prototype pilot A-Wing with a Chardan refit and auto thrusters. That is a really unique list,
Unique.
I must say.
I'm sorry to the person I'm saying.
Oh,
this
did you play that person?
on. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
To the person, I think, in my opinion, it's too shallow. You
Yeah,
kill
fair
a
enough.
wedge and it's over.
Fair enough. That's how my lists are too. When you kill my wedge or my Corrin Horn, I lose those games. If you leave Jack alive to the end, it doesn't matter. I've still lost the game. It's true. Why isn't Jack Porkins like 7 attack? That would be fair, right?
So he has a 7.
If David can get Dash to pay out another 2 Zeds, and then end up in a scenario where even though Dash dies, it's Corin versus 3 Zeds. That's exactly the scenario
that's
that
okay.
he was
Oh, that's
with
right.
against Joe Silva
Oh my
last
goodness!
round.
But he has to still kill 2 more to do that. This is kind of neat. Although that game, it looked like that was not going to end. That was the never-ending game. Although he did get down to 1 headhunter, I believe, when the time ran out. So David was probably going to win that one. But it is pretty frustrating to try to chase down Corin with headhunters at the end of the game, I think.
Especially when the odds are stacked against you.
Oof, yeah.
And looks like David's saying to my father in this game expression, never tell me the odds.
Yep, because I believe the odds of Dash surviving was definitely less than 3,720 to 1.
So this has actually been an exciting game. What we thought was Dash overcommitted too early.
Yeah.
And then it started to turn, and now we've seen a reduction
that
in the
was
Zed
kind
Swarm.
Do we not think that was luck of the dice as opposed
I
to...
think it was look at the dice.
Because I don't think the odds were in Dash's favor to
They were
survive
all
those,
at
right?
range 1.
Well, that's
One
the
that
game,
were at
though. The
range
game
one.
is
It
luck
is,
of the
it is.
dice.
I totally agree, but I believe if David could take that back, he might have changed the way he played that. I don't know, though.
So,
It's
and
still
what we're expecting from the tally here is a 4K or a 4 straight.
They only have
to
a 3K,
try to
though.
walk him off
They
the
don't.
board.
They do not have a 4K.
Then it'll be a
being
4
up
straight because he's basically trying
to bully him
off the board.
Oh, someone is saying no for something. So
He's probably
Jack absolutely needs a Murash bodysuit upgrade, and that is what will make him playable.
I think if I know Dash, he's probably gonna go 1 because anything. I think he might go 1 or 2, or maybe 3 even. Probably not 3 because it'll be off the board, but I think he's gonna go 1 or 2, or just go one bank, 2 bank, or 1 turn or a 2 turn. Anything else is
I miss.
You'll
He's
go off
filling
the
up that
Yeah.
space expecting the 1.
I think he didn't go 4-4 because then he would also lose his headhunter, right? The
My
headhunter
guess-
has nowhere to go, I think, after that maneuver, right?
This
My
is
guess-
the moment of truth.
And let's
My
find
guess-
out what Dash is doing.
My guess is a 2 bank to the left.
A bank. Will that not take Dash off the? It had to be a
The
hard
one
turn.
hard.
It did have to be a hard turn.
Does
Yeah.
he bump though?
You bumped.
I don't
no
think
answer.
so.
doesn't.
I don't think so.
Oh, lucky. That is
That's
a
why I
luck.
was wondering. I think you might have been right about the 4
I think he
forward to
did
block
bonk.
it. It
I
might
think
have
he
been.
really did bonk. Look.
No,
No actions.
there's space there. Although maybe you're right. Yeah, but you're right.
No,
no,
you're
no.
right.
There's a double focus.
Double
yeah.
focus right
Because
there.
there's clearly a gap there. That's the thing.
So
I don't
this is the
see the
thing: is that
gap.
why didn't he do the 3 forward? Why didn't he fill
The
that
4
gap?
forward, you mean? The 4
4
forward. I don't even think
Because
there's
he
actually enough
doesn't
room,
have a 4
and there's
forward.
actually enough room to not do the 4 forward. Actually, like there's not enough room for.
See if I.
Like you're talking about this one down here, right? The bottom.
No, the
Oh,
middle.
the middle one.
I
But
don't
then that would have
think-
bumped his own ship, unless.
I don't
And
think
even then, it's not
Zed's-
enough, eh? I don't think it was enough to knock Dash off the board.
And I don't think Z's actually have a 4.
They do. They have a 4 white forward.
People are saying, you guys
That's
are
as
saying
far-
that he
as
could have
fast as they
blocked
can
him.
go, though.
Is that necessarily true? That would the block have pushed him off the board though, or
No.
I don't think so.
No, with that spacing, no.
They look like there's enough room to clear that turn.
If
yeah.
he had put the 4 forward, he would have
think for
walked him
sure?
off the board. His corner would have been off the board.
Are you sure?
If he bonked, alright. If he bonked here and then he moved
Yeah, that's what
there,
Hada
no,
is
he'd
saying.
be alive. He would be alive, but barely.
Hatamoto is saying that they agree. 4 straight would end Dash.
They're all going to agree with me.
Okay.
But you know,
I just
at
don't,
this
I don't,
point,
I don't know it well enough
this
to
this
say.
game has been full of surprises, and it has been 12 hours of X-wing. So sometimes that's how it goes. And maybe Jerry didn't want to win that way.
Oh, did we miss a rebel captive here, by the way? No, there's no rebel captives on this ship. Never mind.
There
Yes.
was one
Yes, it has been 12 hours, Mark.
What? Oh, it's been 12 hours. Sorry. 12 hours. Oh, yes, it's been. No, it's been more than that.
There's no
I
rebel
started-
captive
I
in
started-
a rebel list. No,
I just thought there was rebel captive. Wait, what?
exactly.
Oh.
This is Star Wars.
Oh, you
X-wing
can't put.
Ontario
Oh, you
Regionals
can't
at
have rebel
401
captives
games.
on rebel ships. Oops.
You've lost your mind.
I totally lost my mind. Oh, they're both rebel lists. How can they have rebel captives?
Oh my god.
Oh.
one Z is dying today.
So if the announcers are brain fried, then certainly the players who have really had to concentrate mentally for so long.
Oh man.
He's good.
Rebel versus Rebel captain.
13 and a half hours, actually. Good point. Thanks for
Yes,
clarifying
that's what I was
that.
gonna say. We started at
Been a lot of
10
excellent.
this morning. I
You've
started
been
at 10.
here
I've been here
right
since
from the
10.
morning, the long haul, just
Yeah.
like these guys here.
14 hours.
I've had the benefit of showing up late,
That's fair.
as I am apt to do.
It's all good. You gave Liz the reprieve she needed to hang out with her girlfriend, I believe.
Well, that's important.
That's important.
Can you move this over and see?
Yeah, let's. We're gonna take a look at what Jerry's cards look like. There's no damage on any of those ships. Possibly the shields are
The
down.
shields
though.
are gone.
Just took 2 evades,
Oh no, I was here 14 and a half hours only because I was setting up.
and Dave. I looked like 2 evades from him.
Yeah. And what do we got next? 1, 2, 3 hits.
3 hits.
And nope, I can't see. There's a lot of glare there.
A focus and two blanks. That or an evade. I'm not surprised he can't do lone wolf because it's range 3. Because it's range 2 to Dash and Corrin.
Hmm.
Two
Lone
blanks for my
Wolf Dash
father.
is pretty frustrating to hit.
Two,
Yeah.
Gotta
a
admit,
hit
and
and
this
a
looks
crit,
pretty well defended.
and he does have lone wolf.
Yeah,
he does.
he's
I
out.
guess he's
Corin's out at range 3.
That is interesting and skillful because when I flew a lone wolf ship, I always had a ship within range 3, which is dumb, or within range 2.
So Dash took
And I
3.
He's got 1 left.
He's got 1 left.
Damage sensor array.
What?
Damage sensor array. He
Ooh,
can't do actions with that.
Damage sensor array.
sensor
No
array.
more actions. So Rex spec gone. Barrel roll
wow.
gone.
Barrel roll's even
He
gone.
has to roll it, and I think it's too late for that.
Apparently, the critical was damage sensor array. It looks like there's 2 hull and 2 crits.
Which
Sorry,
is
2
good.
regular, 2 crits.
And I thought he had a direct hit on him. If can you zoom in?
It's not direct hit.
There's no zoom.
It's not direct hit. It was we were told. What was it
Damage
again?
sensor array.
No, what was the other one? The
direct,
first one?
The other one right there. It
No,
looks like a direct
it's
hit.
not a direct hit. I don't think. I think we were told. Oh, actually, maybe it was. Actually,
I'm gonna check. Because if it was, then he's dead.
oh no, they
No, it's
would
not.
they wouldn't have caught that. I'm pretty sure we were told what it was, and it wasn't anything
Yes.
too dastardly. Oh no, it was minor hull breach or something. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
The second crit he just took is damage sensor array.
Yeah, so he's got minor hull breach, damage sensor array, and 2 face down damage, leaving him with a single hull. Is that correct?
Yes, 1 hull left.
1 hull.
4.
And what just happened here?
We
Is this a
don't
Corrin
know.
double tap? Is that what that? No.
Corrin just double tapped. That's why
Yeah,
one
Corrin
of
did
them
double
is-
tap, and the card's on the table. Yeah.
I really hope. I don't think with 4 of them on the board and with Dash almost dead.
Still could be anyone's game right now. It looks like it's
Corrin is.
yeah. Corrin's gonna be a pain. It's gonna be an uphill battle for Jerry, but it looks like it's still kind of up in the air. So you're listening to the Star Wars X-Wing Regional Finals for Ontario at 401 Games, located at 518 Yonge Street, just south of Wellesley on Yonge Street on the west side. I'm Mark Tang here with May Inanna, and we're here with Jerry's son, Kieran. And this is exciting. This is the number 3 seed versus the number 5 seed. David Clearhue, the Canadian, versus Jerry Russell, the American. We got Super Dash and Corrin versus 8 headhunters. But we're down to 4 headhunters. We're down to 1 hull on Super Dash, and Corrin being untouched, which is usually the case. You want to focus on one of the ships, not split your time between both.
I say with Dad, if he's going to do I think Dash is probably going to do a 4 out. That's my guess.
It's interesting because this list is indicative of what we've seen today. So
Yeah.
this is Rebel versus Rebel. And
Yep.
overwhelmingly, the meta in Ontario is Rebel.
How many of the top 8 lists were Rebel? Let's
Over 50% of these lists were Rebel.
Now, how many of the top 8 though? We've got Spencer. That's no, that was
That was Imperial.
That was
So
Imperial.
Joe,
That was the
David,
Chirpy
Jerry,
fellow.
and
Joe.
Carlo. So
David.
50% of the top 8 were Rebel.
Now that's impressive though, considering there were only 14 Imperial lists and 11 Scum lists, and we got 1 Scum and 3 Imperials in there. So
And the Imperials were all
technically,
the
the
same
Imperials, although you're right,
variations
it
of
was
the same list.
always Chirano
And-
with something else.
And
yeah.
interestingly enough, even though Rebels brought in the highest percentages
Yes.
a B squad or a Super Dash Corrin, 3 of the 4 Rebel lists that made it into the top 8
Yes.
were neither of those things.
That's right. They were the counter meta lists, like this Jerry's list, like Joe Silva's list, and like Carlo's list. Very good point. There's only one 4B list. No, did a 4B list even make the top? No, it did not.
Just shy.
Just shy, yeah.
But I guess when it comes down to it, even though 3 of those 4 Rebel lists weren't part of this meta that we have,
Yeah.
the one that we're looking at right now, the Super Dash Korin,
The supposedly
That sure
tier
is.
2 list, according to
I
some.
think Nova Squad's going to have to reevaluate that concept.
They might. This list has been pretty solid. Now, again, a lot of it is due to the experience of the pilot. People have been saying David's been running this for a long time. He gets the list very well. Jerry's been running his list for a long time. And sometimes it's not just the list, it's the pilot, right?
It's the dies.
Oh, and the dice too. The dice definitely have a part of it. But I think to run this many rounds, 8 rounds, and be this consistent and make it this far, clearly these players know what they're doing with their lists way more than anybody else running it. Because remember, there were a lot of Super Dash Corn lists, and he's the only one that made it in the top 8.
That's right, and he's even using an atypical version of it. He's got Lone Wolf Rex Spec, which
right.
is not the PTL that you're used to.
Right,
with the
and
Super
we're being
Dash.
told PTL is not as great in this stress-filled environment. It's better not to run things that give you stress like that. And we're even told Veteran Instinct sometimes is better than Predator in a lot of lists.
I think when you come to the table with something PTL related, and you're hoping there's no panic attack. You're
Yes.
hoping there aren't lists that are going to generate a
You're
lot of
hoping there's
stress.
not debris fields everywhere, I guess, right?
Yeah, and for the most part, that was true today. There weren't a lot of stress-inducing lists. I mean, Rebel Captives were omnipresent on the Shirano lists, and there was a B list that was full of stress.
Yes.
From Nelson, I believe.
Yep, Nelson's list.
That did really
Which
well. That
almost
came in
made it.
9th, right?
It was 6-point margin of victory
Very
that
close.
made him not make this. I
But
gotta
other
admit though,
than-
I was cheering for Carlo with his missile
Yeah.
list. His ordnance list is pretty awesome.
Well, I'd say we have so many
he's the one who
great
made it in by
players,
6
right?
margin
This,
victory points.
this community is full of
Oh,
great
yeah.
guys, and Carlo's no exception.
Okay,
so
yeah,
he
yeah.
sat down with us, and I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's the underdog list, right? When
Love
you
it.
bring something into the table that is so not meta.
And everyone always roots for that list because
Right.
they want to see that list win. And it was so close twice. He had 2 really tight matches, and it just came short.
But after 13 and a half hours, both of these players have to be exhausted. If not
Oh,
physically
yeah.
from standing all this time, then mentally, certainly.
When they finish, they are going to breathe a sigh of relief, I'm sure.
Yes. So
And-
what have we done?
We've got a little dancing, a little circling. It looks like Jerry is trying to trap Dash. Getting that final damage in is probably his main goal
I
here.
don't get what he's doing with that talent right there, because if I think Dash, if I'm right, yep, I was right. Dad made a bad move.
We're being told 4 Z's isn't even enough to deal with Corn. So that's interesting because Joe Silva was left with 3 against him. And he definitely struggled. Is 4 really not enough? What do you guys think?
4 is not enough. With Dash almost dead and with Corin, with Joe having 3 in the semifinals and Corin still alive, 1 gun is enough, but Dad has 1 more gun, but maybe will be damaged because of Dash's HLC.
Yeah, if Dash can swing around with like a 3-bank fire off, kill another one of those Zeds, then we're down to 3 versus Corin, which is precisely what happened last time, and the outcome of that was that David Clary was in the finals.
Right.
So that could be the end. It's hard to say whether 4 Zeds is enough. I mean, Jerry's a talented pilot,
Yep.
but it's only 2 attack dice.
2 attack dice, get up to Corin. You have to be you had to do something wrong with Corin, which
He got
going to the finals, highly unlikely.
Neither of these players are really making that many mistakes.
I gotta say,
they didn't get
it
here
just-
by doing
the
that.
dice just saved Dash though. Like Dash should have died. I think.
Yeah, Jerry's
That's,
Jerry's
Jerry
dice
rolled a lot
failed
of
pretty
misses.
heavily.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate because he had some prime opportunities there to just finish Dash off.
Now in the chat here, and we invite you guys to talk, but we've got some discussion about VI. And
Yeah.
I mean, David continues to have VI on Corin Horn. Post nerf for Phantoms and the pilot skill Cold War is ostensibly over.
Yeah.
Is VI as required? Is it a matter of him having practiced this list for 6 months plus, and just saying, you know what, this is the one I know, I'm gonna bring it.
It depends. I say it depends because phantoms are still dangerous for sure, but I think they're getting less powerful. It depends. With the new rule coming out, there is not a lot of versatility, and then like people with Whisper, I think she's a little predictable in where she's going, so it hurts. I think it hurts Whisper and Echo, but mostly Whisper, because Echo's ability.
She's so unpredictable that she can go anywhere. Yeah, whereas Whisper is limited to that traditional Phantom barrel or boost.
Right. That extra banking barrel roll is definitely pretty solid.
That's what Sharif said to me. And I agreed with him.
And he did quite
Sharif did
well.
really well
He
with
did
his
really
list.
well with that. He went
He
top 8.
lost to David, the finalist.
No, he
But-
also lost to who did he lose to prior? We saw him lose to a different cheer build.
Spencer.
It was Spencer. Yeah, Spencer is devastating. He
If
killed
you-
the Echo in one shot. Actually,
If you're gonna lose to certain people, I mean, those were some solid turnouts from those two today. so-
Agreed.
I think the match I'm seeing right now with my father, but I watched Sharif's and David's battle, and it was down to both of them sweating. Like, they were nervous what the other was doing, because if one messed up, they would be done.
Sorry to interrupt, but in this case, Dash
Oh,
ended up
here
being
comes
blocked
an
successfully
outrider
by the
shot.
Talas.
That looks like 4 or 3 hits. Oof.
Oh, that's difficult.
That's
So
the
no
thing.
focus whatsoever, and
there's
just
a
rolled it.
focus.
That's
There's
not
an evade, I
good.
think. So
That's not good for one reason. There's a Tala up there. I don't get. Is he K-turned or is he turned around? Is he-
he's facing the left.
They're all
yeah.
facing away. They're
Facing
not
away.
going to get any shots.
Yeah.
And I think Dash attacked the one next to Corin, which is the
Yeah,
only
which is the only one that would have a shot.
Who would
at
have
Dash.
a shot.
Yeah.
And where is Corin?
Corin
Corin's
is
right beside the Tala in the middle of the
And
board.
I
So he
believe
has
Corin
no
double.
shot.
Corin,
No shot from Corin.
No.
Which is a good thing.
And
Keep him
Corin
away.
is actually available to shoot this round, isn't he? Yep.
No.
Yeah, I think he double tapped 2 rounds ago.
He did. That's how he killed That's how he killed Dad's Tala.
Oh man, this is rough. So what is happening here? I think he's deciding.
He's trying to decide whether he's going to use that focus and lose the action economy when returning fire, or whether he's going to just soak that hit.
I think in Dad's case, I would be a little bit confused too, because if you kill Dash, kill Dash with that focus, you kill Dash, but when Corin comes around, that's a different story.
So he did decide to keep the focus for his attack and burned it. So he's got, I'm guessing he's got 1 hole left.
Oh, there
Dash
goes Dash.
Rendar died.
Dash goes down. Dash goes down.
And now let's see what.
So
they
that
play
focus
out.
did come in handy.
Yeah, it did.
It did.
All right, and here we go.
So now we've
we
got
the
that
4,
scenario. 4
but it's
Zed
4. At least
versus
it's better
Corin.
it's better than the situation that Joe had.
Yeah, we got to give credit to David for keeping Dash Rendar alive that long with the entire swarm chasing him, hounding him the
he put
entire
himself
game.
in the best position and got lucky with the dice.
I would say best. I say he did do a good job keeping Dad out of range 1. I would say props on him, and I also say the dice were in his favor the mostly.
Tyrant
Apart from that.
Corin versus 4 Z's. 2 Bandit, 2 Tala.
But another thing, if Dash's dice were so good, what about Corin's? Will they be bad?
That's a good point. Is the luck going to hold up?
We will see. I mean, Corin is really all about picking one off at a time, right?
So stay tuned with us here at Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals at 401 Games, 518 Yonge Street, just south of Wellesley.
Woo!
Yay.
We're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, May and Anna there. I'm Mark Tang, and we're with Jerry's son, Kieran. And we are watching Jerry with his 4 headhunters versus David and his lone Corin that is left.
This is frighteningly similar to the last match where David was facing Joe
Now,
Silva.
that did take a long time.
It was
so
a very
hopefully-
long match.
Hopefully that's not what happens here.
Who
But
will get the KO? And
Who will
become
get the KO?
victorious.
Will USA get revenge on Canada for last year's nationals?
So what do you think's gonna happen here? We've got all the Zeds
I
in the
see
wrong
K-turns.
direction
I see K-turns.
It's got
from Corin.
No, from the Headhunters.
I see K-turns, or I see two turn to the left.
I actually think Corin may not K-turn. Corin may just turn
I
away.
have a feeling he's K-turning.
3 right maybe, or
I say K-turn.
Two turn and a boost.
the
That or
E-Wing has
barrel
2
roll.
K-turns, right? I believe is it a 3 and a 5?
3 K-turn and a 5
And a
K-turn.
5, yeah.
Or he could go 2 and barrel roll. I wouldn't. It depends on what scenario Dad is in.
I actually think you're right. I think Corin.
I think he's gonna have
No.
to K because they're moving away from him. They might K if he turns, but he doesn't get in their arc, get one of them in his arc. He's gonna be in all of their arcs.
But he doesn't
if he
want
Ks,
to-
at least he knows he's gonna get a
If he
shot.
Ks, he doesn't get the actions, and well, he has a
He
target lock
gets it.
still.
He's got a
You know what?
target
He has a
lock. He's
target
got
lock, yeah.
FCS, so he's gonna get something.
And I guess he can just remove the stress next turn.
What do you guys think in chat? What's the play here? What does Corin do to stay alive against these 4 Zeds and close the deal?
According to Bellamont, all the 3 Ks, but that might be for the bandits, not for the for the headhunters, not for Corin.
Luck. I'm just saying, guys, because Corn has all the action he needs. Like, he could focus and then get a fire control, which is bad on Dad's part, because if he gets fire control with double taps, that's bad news.
Yeah, and he's already got the target lock on the one ship there.
I'm
the
gonna say
bandit.
I'm gonna say 3K is not a bad move. It's probably the correct move for
I think
Corin.
it's the correct move.
Because I think you're right. You get in position again. If you make a turn, you're not in position. So
I say Dad's doing 2 turn for both of them.
yeah, I don't think.
That's
I
an
don't think Jerry needs to
interesting.
do any of those.
That's a bank, a one bank he did
Is
Bank.
that
from
just
the bandits. One banked.
all of them?
I see one of them K-turning, the other going to bank just to get in Corin's arc.
It looks like he's fixing to regroup and come at this slowly.
Yep.
I can understand that.
Yep, the regroup makes sense.
And with range 3, Dad might have more luck there. Gets the focus, and then Corin. I think he is K-turning. That or he's doing a 2 with 2 to the left and barrel rolling. Because he does not have PK.
Jerry's
This-
just decided to get the fleet
this
back together.
certainly is a regroup, as we've seen.
They're not scattering.
No.
It's good because honestly, this is a long game with Corin. He's really tough to kill in the late game. So the best thing Jerry can do is just regroup, prepare
Stick it.
himself, and come at it.
I'd say go.
I like
all-
it. You kind of want to focus all your attacks, so. Oh, he's going for a target lock here. I like it.
Who's he going for?
Target lock.
He's
on
got the
Corin.
time because he knows he's not going to get to attack. They should
Yep.
all take target locks.
They
I'm not
should
sure
all.
why they didn't take focus, or why any of them took focus.
I think one of them deserved it. Like the one that had a target lock.
The one that's
deserved
being chased? Yeah, that's true.
it. I say the others deserve to get the target locks. Because even if Corn does a 3K, there's debris in the way. Or is there? Is there debris? Even so, they're out of range before Corn can attack and do his 3K probably.
Wow. This is gonna come down to the wire. And oh, he did do a little 2 left. Okay, so the barrel roll left looked like it was a potential option. Now at this point, I don't think he can barrel roll into the arc, can he?
He's
Or-
gonna go for the boost.
Boost.
and that probably maybe won't
That
get him
should
anything.
get him 1. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, you're right. That's not anything. I don't think.
No,
All right.
unless he picks off the Tala far away, but I think it's
No, he
outside
doesn't
range
have
3.
him.
You know,
I can
at
tell
the
you
same
right-
point, he had to do
That's
that.
what he's looking for now.
He had to do that
Just
because
outside of
no
range
range.
3.
because if he
He has
didn't
no
do that,
one.
he would have been really screwed for next turn's maneuver. So it was still the right play.
Or does he?
Well, the other thing is, I guess he sensed this regroup happening. It's good that he didn't K-turn because now he's actually going to do the clockwork. He's going
Oh.
to get behind them.
I believe
That's what he
Victor
did to
called
me.
that the toilet bowl, where you
Oh, that?
you just flush them down. You just go in a circle.
I do that with certain if the ships have like 1 hard or 2 hard and I position them and I call it the
Yeah,
corkscrew,
the corkscrew.
where I just twist them
like interceptors.
thusly.
Do you use interceptors for that? That's
Yeah,
it's good for
yeah.
that.
Do the 2 hards and just swing them
Now,
like that, or
I-
TIE
I'm
fighters
a-
with the 1 hard.
I'm an X-wing pilot. We don't have that maneuver.
Right.
We just get screwed.
You
We-
have 2 hards. It just
doesn't-
gets you
it-
nothing.
It doesn't do anything though.
Right. It's
People-
just white.
People dance circles around me. The barrel roll behind me. It's just really frustrating.
That's true.
All right, so this is weird. We are definitely going into overtime here. Now, we've been going into overtime for the whole last round, I believe. But now we're like in super overtime. We're past midnight. We're in the next day. It's 12:40.
An update from Tulsa. The Team Covenant match is
Tulsa!
going down to Decimator versus Decimator
They both
now,
lost their
so-
sidekicks. Fell and Echo are dead. Or is it two fells? Might have been two fells.
It was a Fell versus Whisper.
No, it was Whisper, sorry. Oh, man.
And you're in here instead of Tulsa, you're in Toronto for the Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals at 401 Games, 518 Yonge Street, south of Wellesley. I am Mayanana. With me is my co-host Mark Tang.
Hello.
And Jerry's son Kieran.
And I gotta say that someone said that Corn should have just K-turned. It would have had a shot. I think they're right. I think he would have got a shot at that. Well, we didn't even
I'm
too far
not
away.
feeling it because what's going to happen here is Jerry's going to regroup.
Yes.
He's going to hard turn towards Corin, or that would have been what happens if it's a K turn.
So-
I
now,
think that's at a point where he is really thinking about this. I knew this was coming, or he does a 3K, because I didn't get the barrel roll, but I knew he was doing something like that. It was that or the K turn.
Yeah,
But
that
I
makes
understand
sense.
why he didn't do the K turn, because one, he gets a stress, and two, Dad's regrouping. Get him under pressure.
This is a very interesting matchup. So do you believe that because David made that turn, that he's in a better position to try to hunt down a couple of bandits before they regroup? Or do you believe that
it depends. If Jerry throws out a couple Ks here and Ks the Talas,
yeah, those K Talas.
I don't think he's.
I don't know that he's going to K those Talas,
I don't
though.
think he's
No?
going to.
It's a pretty risky maneuver.
That, and if he is going to do it, and if Corn does something well, and Corn's in everyone's way, just K-turn and see what happens. This is where the point is, it's anyone's guess on the dial,
I
and
like
anyone's guess here, because I can't predict my father's movements anymore.
I don't even know. I wonder if they can anymore. They're both very tired, I assume. Although they're playing very well. So clearly they're not that tired.
well, it's funny because you've been at it for 14 hours about, and you decide to play the patient game. Jerry decides to regroup his people. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't had enough X-Wing. You know what I want to do? I want to make this 14 and a
30
half
minutes.
hours.
I would like another half an hour of X-Wing
That's
here.
dedication on both of these guys'
I am
parts.
very impressed.
Yeah.
This is great.
I thought Dad was going to win today, like an easy knockout, out of the home run out of the park. But with this, injured Talos, injured Bandits, injured everything, except Corn, because the stupid R2D2s.
I'm gonna eat this cold burger, just so you know. If you hear me, it's me eating. I should have ate this earlier. Now it's super cold.
There's a microwave over there.
Oh man. Wait, did they serve me the wrong burger? They totally did. Can I still go back there? I'm putting this back in the bag.
You want to go back to it?
I think I can. They're 24 hours.
Oh.
And they gave me the wrong burger. All right. Well, and if the listeners don't know, I am a burger aficionado. I don't appreciate when they do the wrong burger things to me. Especially not at a fast food joint. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
McDonald's did that to me one time, though. Ordered a bacon cheeseburger. Give me a regular cheeseburger.
What?
Terrible.
You paid for the bacon?
And I paid for the bacon.
Baking is ruining it.
I-
And so
I just
the
want you to know-
Talas
Oh, sorry.
K-turned and the
Yes.
Bandits sort of just went their own way. Corin's probably going to smoke this one and hopefully won't have to double tap.
He's probably going to I think he's going to save his double tap, because he'll hit one and then he'll hit another, and probably Dad's going to have 2 Bandits left, and
Oh,
I'm sorry, Brent Stang.
2
I'm also
hits.
very hungry, and I can't even eat this burger because I have to go return it now.
after this,
Oh, we got an evade, and I think that's 2 evades. They're spending the focus to get the 2 evades.
Protected.
Okay. Protected. All right.
So at this point, I think that's a wounded bandit.
They're
Does
all
he
wounded.
bother to
range
double
3
tap? Or
I think he's not going to. It's got to. I think it has to be at the precise moment, at the right time to double tap. And I don't think the moment is here.
when you've got multiple targets and none of them are valuable, when is the right time? Unless it's the end of the game, right? Like it's kind of.
Would you rather?
I think
would
he's
you
gotta
rather
make-
have
he's gotta reduce the
3
number of headhunters
Z's
shooting
on
at him.
you, probably target locking you.
I think he's supposed to double tap, though. Unless he can't
At
kill
range
it.
1, and you don't have a shot, and then you can double tap.
That's a
right there.
big shot right there. What does he got? Oh, that's the 3, 4. No, those were focuses, and he does not have any. And he's about to. There he is.
He double tapped.
But he
Which
only
I
got
think
one
was
hit.
a bad move.
And I think he got the
He
hit though.
killed him though, but
No, wait, no, sorry, he rolls more dice.
He
That
did-
looks like 2. That looks like an evade. So it didn't
he only
happen.
got one hit.
I don't think he got. Yeah, he only rolled 1 hit. He
He's
rolled
good.
3 focus tokens, I believe. Focus
That's
icons.
nice. All right, so he wasted it on double tap.
Now he has
which-
he has fire control, right? Yeah. So.
He has fire control, but I think it was a bad move. He should have waited, killed him, and then go for another one, and that's when he should have K-turned.
Now somebody on the chat is saying he should double tap and then get out of dodge so he won't get trapped. Now that's an interesting point.
It depends on where he's going and what my father is up to.
He could still get trapped. Yeah, he's this is an interesting position for Jerry because he's got the 3 headhunters at a good distance away.
And one of them is, and they're all still
One's
alive.
right in front of him too, and still alive. So that one could
Exactly.
definitely get in the way, and that would be frustrating. So let's take a look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they didn't give me my receipt either. Uh-oh, maybe they won't let me return this, but I'm gonna take it back anyway. Just so they know, the listeners know, I ordered a Grandpa burger, and I believe I got a Papa burger because there's only 2 patties on there. There should be 3.
I think you're just making some of these people hungry.
I apologize. I apologize. I'm hungry too, though, so I want them to feel my pain.
Okay.
That's not cool.
No, it's a little bit rude. It's all right though. The other people can probably go to the refrigerator and grab something. I am not under those same. I'm not in that same situation. Although this game is really tight, so I wouldn't recommend going to refrigerator. We're here at the Star Wars X-Wing Regionals at 401. This is the finals matchup. 401 games, sorry, at 401. It's not 401 Yonge Street. It's at 518 Yonge Street, just south of Wellesley on Yonge Street. And this is the finals. This is Canada versus U.S. This is David Clearhue from Canada with his lone Corrin left versus 4 headhunters of Jerry Russell representing the United States of America.
And Corrin has double tapped and won't
Corrin
be
has doubled
shooting
up
this
and will not be
round.
shooting. And I am Mark Tang. That is May Inanna. And the other voice you're hearing is Jerry's son, Kieran. And so this is pretty crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like a trap could happen here. Mooman's wondering, I don't know, what are you wondering? Are you wondering why I ordered the Grandpa burger? I was kind of hungry, and I thought it was a good value. Until they gave me not the Grandpa burger.
What is the Grandpa burger?
It's a 3-patty burger. That's pretty much it.
That's it?
Yeah.
How much was it? Just one?
It was $7 for that burger.
But no, how many patties were on the burger?
3 patties, but there's only 2 on there, so I think they gave me a Papa burger.
I think the chat is on to the fact that you two are exhausted because you're having discussions
No.
about food. I'm
But
staying
I
out
want,
of it,
I
by
want,
the way,
I want,
because
this-
I'm
I want
fine.
Greer Games to know that A&W is not gross. I consider A&W one of the top fast food burgers in this wonderful city. The other choice is Wendy's. Wendy's is definitely one of the top burgers too.
What?
I'm talking about fast food burgers.
I'm not questioning it, I'm just-
any burgers.
Alright,
Wendy's,
I'm done
Wendy's,
with food. I'm
Wendy's
done
What's
is a
going on
solid
in the
burger.
X-Wing game?
Sorry, back to
Let's go,
X-Wing.
let's go.
Back to X-Wing. We've got a bandit moving forward 1 or 2, and there is a target lock happening.
That's what I thought. Have to target lock him. I think it was the smartest move.
I think I should make burger references to these moves now.
By the way, for continuing
Yes.
this discussion
Oh, Greer Games,
later,
by the way, A&W's quality has changed over the years drastically. I
you
must
have
say.
gone
Sorry, go
crazy.
ahead. You're saying something else. What was that?
You can catch all of this A&W
Oh, yes.
conversation
Ah,
on
yeah.
YouTube
Yes.
after this presentation.
Yes. There'll probably be some editing and whatnot, but it's gonna get posted eventually.
Right. Maybe edit the part about the burger out.
Yeah, I might do that. Wait, no, what? Why not? We want to hear about the burgers. It's an important conversation.
So the Talas are going to have to drop that stress off, and then
Yes, they're gonna do.
They're doing it
They're
thusly.
dropping the stress. They're reducing the calories on their burgers
What?
to remove the stress. They reduce calories. It's usually what I think that's how that works, right? And it looks like the Big Mac combo is about to happen here.
You need to have a sit
And,
down.
I'm waiting to see whether it's going to be a quarter pounder with cheese or just a Big Mac. I don't know.
Why are you making McDonald's burgers references?
It's it's they're well-known terms for the nicknames for these moves. I think.
I know one about a burger, Casino Royale with cheese.
Yes.
So what's interesting is at this point, 14 hours into this regionals in Ontario, the streamers have, with the exception of May and Anna, have gone crazy. But the players, the X-Wing players, the X-Wing players
Ooh, look
have
at that
managed
move. Was
to
that 4
maintain
forward?
their composure.
Ooh. Corrin is kind of in that zone there. That looks like that could be a Baconator. That's what that could be. I don't know. It's you know what? We just boosted out of that. That's fine. It's no longer. That's not.
Where's Corn now?
That is.
That is.
Okay, that's actually not that bad anymore. That's no, that is still bad. That's
That
two.
is bad.
2 arcs, maybe 2 and 1 range. Is that one range 1? Do you think,
yes.
or is it out of it?
They're both.
I think he's in.
I think he's in
maybe.
range 1 and 2 range 2s.
I think
They need to break out the
he's
lasers.
out. He's in. He's in. I think
The one
he's
that's out is the debris field one for sure.
He's in for sure.
They can't see where you're pointing.
Yes, that's true. This is why we need that
The
John Madden
John
style
Madden
XO football drawing the circles on this thing. When we get that working, you guys are gonna love that.
That's kind of cool.
I think it's cool. We haven't got that working yet, but that's all right. That looks like 1 hit. Uno. And nope, reroll is happening. I believe that's a target lock.
He's got to do it.
And it's happening, and that is nothing again. So 1 hit. One
Even
hit
if he
on
didn't
Corrin
evade
definitely
it?
has stuff going on there.
That's.
Even if he didn't evade it, he still would be getting his R2.
Hitting a crit. Or that. Yeah, hitting a crit. And Corn's roll.
Oh, that
Another
is
two
true. I
evades.
might be drawing burgers on top of these guys. Although my drawing is really bad, you probably wouldn't be able to tell what type of burger it was.
Another.
I have to blame the chat for that one, for bringing the burgers
Yeah,
back. You seem
that's.
calmed down.
I was ready to move on.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. We got one there. And that is a FCS target lock, I believe.
So if you, after 14 hours of X-Wing, have found
No,
yourselves
that's not a fire
wanting
control, sorry.
to play X-Wing more, you can head on over to the Star Wars Gaming Ontario group on Facebook. And there are events and tournaments happening constantly.
All the
weekly drop-ins every single night of the week. The first Sunday of every month, 401
Right
Games
here.
runs a tournament right here in this lovely building. And on June
So lovely.
27th, there's a charity event happening at X Planet Games. 2-day event for not only X-Wing, but also Imperial Assault and Star Wars Armada.
Do you know if they're doing that cheating thing where you can pay to cheat?
They're not. That was an amazing idea.
That
Don
was.
was telling us about that. Black Knight Games did a charity event around Christmas time.
Yes.
In anticipation of Scum and Villainy, which hadn't come out yet.
Not yet. Nope.
And basically, you could donate money to a charity and then break the rules.
Yeah, adding points to your
Right,
list.
so you added a
or,
proton
or
bomb to
equipping
sync to
things
your
you couldn't
phone.
normally equip onto ships. It was pretty fun. I gotta admit.
Exactly. Yeah.
I believe I got destroyed by some funny lists.
So it doesn't include that. That's not what's happening. But
No.
it is for a good cause. I think it's Sick Kids. Got to confirm that. But it's just.
I think so. I
Good,
think you're right.
Good Star Wars related fun.
Exactly. And yes, someone's shouting out Don, R5 Don 4. He was there. Yes.
Yes.
Don did well. Actually, no. Don did okay. He came. Is this the final? He came 21st. He had a rough match, a couple matchups, I believe. He had a good list, but he had a rough couple matchups.
I
Who
give
was he
him
running
props for
again?
bringing the aces, right?
That's
so
what it was.
brought
He was
Soontir,
running
Fell, Carnor,
Soontir,
Jackson,
Carnor,
Turf,
which another player, Norm Weir, also ran. He fared a little better. He placed 12th with that list.
I placed 14th.
And there you go. Kieran placed 14th with his 4 Warthog list with ion cannons. Very fun scum list.
Nice to see the scum lists
Yes,
represented.
everyone loves the scum.
One scum in the top 8 only, which was double fire spray, Boba and Calf.
Yes, and by the way, someone's mentioning it's true. The way to beat Don is to give him a gift. We've learned that over the years, over the
quick
day,
recap
hours.
of what we were
not
dealing
years.
with today. Top 8. Spencer was flying Shirano and Fell. Joe Silva, who was in second at the time of this. Ugh. Joe Silva was flying Itanibot, Tarn Maizen, three bandits. David Clearhue, who you're seeing right now, is Super Dash and Corin Horn. William Tink was flying Shirano and fell. Jerry Russell here pictured 8Z list. Sharif Ishaq was flying a Shirano and Echo, my girl.
Echo.
Alan Fung was the aforementioned double fire spray Boba Catalyst from Scum.
The only Scum list to make the top 8.
That's right. And Carlo Roque had an interesting list that was based on ordnance. It was
amazing.
Aaron Kraken, Corin Horn, and 2 Z95s.
And he had 2 homing missiles and a cluster missiles on those headhunters. Pretty incredible list. I was very, very impressed.
So now we're in a situation where there's, I think it looks like there might be just 1 shield token left on Corin Horn. And we've still got 4 Zeds to be handled.
Someone doesn't understand the last Talon move. Okay. I did kind of miss it. I'm not going to lie. But I think, I guess he's wondering about the one that's facing the opposite direction. I think he's just trying to expand his, the directions of arcs. Allowing himself to shoot in case Corrin did something crazy and landed in the corner, perhaps.
And at this point, Dash Rendar survived for quite a while, being chased by
yes.
the entire Zed swarm.
Way
Traded
longer than-
4 Zeds, basically, for Dash Rendar. And then
Yeah, so it is the
left
one pointing in the
Corin
wrong direction,
Horn
yeah.
all alone against the remainder.
Yeah, and it's been a dogfight, I gotta say. Hunting down Corrin has got to be tough, and we'll see what happens here. Oh, here comes the first attack. 2 hits. And let's see. That's a good start. Good start for the headhunters. That's a lot of dice. I can't see them. That looks like it was an evade. Yeah.
2 dice.
4 dice. That was an evade. And this is a blank. And I believe that means the target lock will probably be spent if he has one.
They say.
I don't think he had one on that one. This one's range 2.
Does it have
And this looks like the last shot. Oh, that looks like 2 hits.
2 hits.
And
Corrin.
he had a focus, so now he's turned it into 2 hits. And
And-
Corrin is rolling 3 dice, and that I don't know what that is. He's
The
taking a shield
blank?
damage. Oh, his shields are stripped. That's pretty key.
I don't think so. I don't see him taking shields. I think he used the focus to get an evade. No shields are being stripped.
Whew. Oh, and they're wondering about our Canadian accents. The person from New Zealand. We do have an accent. But we don't really hear it because I mean we're most people don't hear their own accents. That being said, the Canadian accent is pretty much a non-accent. Right? It's kind of like a light, very light accent that most people would consider a subtle thing.
There was a Star Viper here?
Yes, there was a Star Viper. Remember,
I'm
you didn't see
shocked.
that list? Let me show you.
I don't think so.
You continue commenting on the game. I will
I
find
get
this
mocked
list.
for being one of the only people who flies Star Vipers regularly.
I ran one once and my only time I've ever run Scum at a tournament, because I always run Jack Porkins. So that was the only time I ever ran Scum at a tournament, and I sucked with it. I tried to do a Senor's loop, and I stressed myself and didn't even turn. So that was the last time I did that, and I don't know that I'll be doing that again.
I have used Guri to great effect.
I believe it.
I think Guri is the only one that should be used.
I did a plain Star Viper. I think it was the low PS one.
I don't care about Zyzer that much.
There it is, Guri. It was Guri. With Ndrew or Ndrew or whatever you pronounce that.
He is a good.
Oh, there were 2 Guris. Look at that. Ooh.
How is there 2 Guris?
There was
He's not unique.
there was no on 2 different lists. Sorry.
This is interesting.
And there was one with Paylob,
Wait,
a
but,
Guri Paylob
wait.
list.
yeah, Guri's a real. Oh, crud.
And that is it. There were only 2 Guris run.
That's not good.
There were not very many. Is it raining? Rain. Oh no.
I love Guri actually. You know the way
There's
the
only
way
one
I outfit
Cartel
her
Spacer.
is I put
I know you can
auto
do it.
thrusters, advanced sensors, and push the limit on her, and that gives me the flexibility if I want to. You know, when at PS5, basically you're going to be able to put yourself in range 1. You're going to avoid the low PS blockers because you can use advanced sensors to sort of retweak what you're doing. And then you can also be a blocker and block those high PS aces,
Yeah.
and then you'll get your focus. So if I want to do advanced sensor and I want to do an S loop, I'll take 1 action and then I'll S loop. Otherwise, I'll do 2 actions and I'll usually chase it with a green. So Guri has really been great for me. I took Guri and Kath to a top 4 at the X Planet Store Championship
Impressive.
earlier this year.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with that.
I want to run Jack Porkins in a scum squad. I don't know why. Can they make him defect? Is that cool? Will that happen ever?
I don't know.
I know he's dead and all, but
I
can
mean,
he
he did
defect?
die,
Maybe
yeah.
he'll defect
He
like.
just came back from the dead.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
that was a cool-
Zombie
Porkins.
zombie Jack Porkins. is the
Or
next thing.
they clone Jack Porkins.
Yes. Oh man, imagine they cloned Jack Porkins. That'd be wonderful. Now apparently he was a wonderful pilot, by the way. He just got caught
Yeah.
with a silly mistake. His ship got
Oh,
hit,
I can't hold it
flew
out.
too low, couldn't hold it,
And I'm dead.
and now he's dead. But he was a good pilot.
Yeah, Shizor's
No
pretty
good for
good.
you.
I like Shizor with some Syndicate thugs. I know that apparently in Tulsa there were 2 people top 8 with Shizor and 5 Zeds.
Ooh.
That's
I don't
what
know
we're
what
hearing
this
here from Texas Wargamer and the chat room.
Corn is on the wrong end of this toilet bowl
Sizer,
now.
I would have to say
That is a one hit,
he's
and
just he's trying to be chill out, but he's not.
the Green Dice have not failed him yet, Hatamoto. But
Well, his magic is that
We will see.
like the Star Viper.
That's a strong
it depends
roll.
on how
That's
you
a-
out-
that's a
Guys,
2
you
hit.
wanna focus to
there was a
make it
style
correct.
points on that roll, by the way. There was emphasis there.
with
I
calculation.
think that's another
Not
dodge.
with calculation, that's his ability.
This,
No, his
man,
ability is
Ewing's-
you can. Oh,
Ewing's
you're talking
hard
about
to hit.
Shizor?
Yeah, Scizor.
Yeah.
Scizor. I mean,
2.
Sizer.
You basically dump the your damage onto the people around you.
Yeah. Which I'd rather.
Okay,
use
so
because
far
she's
still
literally
dodging.
a perfect person for bodyguard.
Yeah, that's true.
She's always been bodyguard.
Wow. Yeah, Corin dodged that, so it looks like we're gonna go for another toilet bowl run here. This might take a while.
This will take a while.
So let's just hypothetically, if
I
we
just
if
wanna
we were going
roll.
to time, who would win this matchup? 46 points for Corin, and you've got 2 Tala, 2 Bandit. Is that 13, 13, 12, 12? Is that what that is?
I just want to go home and get.
I guess I can just look at the list and find
Well,
out. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is
two-
13, 13, 12, 12.
Yeah,
so it's 26,
14, 12, 12.
26 plus 24, that's 50. So actually, Jerry would win if this was to time right now.
Dash is an expensive person.
Dash is
He's not that bad.
very expensive, 53. Corin is 46.
I don't get it.
Shizor. Is Shizor the correct?
Yeah.
It looks like that's the correct pronunciation.
Sizer.
We're getting that from
His name
Ravencat.
is- It's actually Sizer. That's his name.
Wait, but how can we confirm that? I believe it's been confirmed as Shizor, no?
I think it was Zizer because
I don't know.
Zy-
I'm gonna ask. No, but it's not a spelling
It's in
thing.
the
It's in the lore somewhere.
It's in the Shadows of the Empire book.
I believe Timothy Zahn
Yeah.
wrote that one.
Like right away. No, it's not Timothy Zahn. Sorry.
Oh no!
It's,
Whoops. Sorry.
Steve Perry.
Steve Perry.
Who's that?
Is he related to Luke Perry?
I don't think so. Only by name.
All right. Matthew Perry?
Only by name.
I'm trying to think of other Perrys.
Joe Perry.
Joe Perry.
Only by
Thank you.
name.
I like it.
Any sport Perry, only by name.
Katy Perry. Only by
Ooh,
name.
Katy Perry.
Ooh, Katy Perry.
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire was the first Star Wars book I read, and obviously that's why I love the Star Viper and Guri.
I played the game. I like Dash now. I love Dash because in Shadows of the Empire you get to have a jetpack battle with Boba Fett.
Hmm.
That was awesome. And after that I'm like, I like Dash better than Han. If he can beat Boba in a jetpack duel, a clone of a Mandalorian, I have to give him props on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In Solo, you got double crossed by Boba. Who hit Boba and put him in the Sarlacc pit? Was it
Oh.
Solo?
Oh, hilarious. According to Google Translate, it says Zizer, but that's only because Google Translate doesn't have Star Wars
See,
lore in it. But everyone else says it's Shizor, and I think that's based off the book.
Yeah, it's straight up in the book. It just
Wikipedia shows the pronunciation. We could check. We're in the middle of a match, though. Maybe later.
yeah, later.
Maybe later.
or Ravencat can just quote it for us.
Or
But
just
alright.
Back to
yeah.
work.
I believe they've got it.
Corn's
I believe the chat here. Corin is just running away and doing the do to pick apart these
Regroup.
C's.
Regroup from
What
now.
usually happens in my toilet bowl things is I get frustrated. I just walk into it. I'm like, oh, you got me. I decide to go the other direction, right down the drain. Because it's a frustrating experience when your ships do not do what the other ship does, which is fly in circles and barrel roll around you.
imagine doing a barrel roll.
Yep, do a barrel roll. And he just pressed R, and it's happening.
Listen to Pepe and do a barrel roll.
That's what he did. He just did that. It's
Interesting
happening.
choice to put yourself in front of a debris field.
Hey,
All
hey.
right.
Wait, you went on. Is he in the debris?
Oh, look at that. Pronounced
No,
Shizor.
he's just in front of it.
Andrew Rocks 96.
Oh, so it is
Pronounced
Shizor.
Shizor.
Well, I'm wrong.
That's not important. What's important is I was right.
It's true, mate. It is very true. Bellamont says something felt tripped into the Sarlacc pit. What is this? Oh, Fett tripped into the Sarlacc pit.
Oh, he
That is
tripped?
true.
Who?
Oh, he didn't get bullied into it. I forgot about that.
Who put him in
Boba
the
Fett.
Sarlacc pit? Like, who-
Luke did something to make him trip, I believe, right?
I think it was Solo that hit him hit his jetpack or something.
Oh, you're right. Someone did shoot his jetpack.
That or I think it was. Oh,
It didn't like Han smack it accidentally with his stick.
Yeah, it was
I don't
unintentional.
count, I don't
That's
count
right.
that as a win. I do not count that as a win. He did not jetpack battle with Boba Fett. He does not.
You can't. You would lose. He would lose. He had to. He had to do some
But Dash
trickery.
won.
That's true.
This is Star
And he's
Wars X-Wing
literally a
Ontario
copy of
Regionals,
Han Solo.
Sorowin Games.
May was right. Of course, she was right.
So David Clearhue and Jerry Russell have been going at this for quite a while, and this is the last of a long string of X-Wing matches
Yes.
today. Yeah, so there's still more to come here. Corran Horn late game. Basically,
Yeah.
any game with Corran Horn left in the late game is going to be a slow one.
Oh boy. And by the way, that's May Inanna. I'm Mark Tang, and we are here with Jerry's son Kieran as well. And this is just going to take a while until they
Please.
till they get in range to attack.
I gotta get back from Mother's Day.
You will. Although it's already started, but you'll be back by the middle of the
I'm
day.
gonna give her my card and give her a present.
Yeah.
Oh, Mom.
Well, that's good. That's sweet. I'm going to put down right here. I'm going to put this down. And all right, so we're getting an engagement round this round. It looks like it. Although, actually, Corrin hasn't moved yet, so we may not get much of an engagement.
I've been enjoying being as a speaker. I've been enjoying this.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Kieran. We appreciate the help. And
Predicting my father's and a squad I've faced, a squad I ran before.
this is a crazy matchup. It's not easy running that many ships, and not for 8 rounds. 8 rounds with 8 ships. That's impressive.
I still think his dies were just hot on fire, and Dad's has been ice cold.
Yeah, he had a bad run against David's dash, and there's no denying that.
Yeah, I really did not understand. Like, you should have target locked up and then wait for the precise moment to strike.
Well, it looks like we've got
Like, get the
A
target
couple
lock in the
shots here.
focus, and then you'll have a guaranteed hit. And Lone Wolf
this.
is a pain.
This is going to be interesting. Here comes the attack, and that looks like 2 hits. That's pretty good.
Let's hope
Nope, sorry, that was a focus, and
nothing.
nothing. So 1 hit. That I think there's an evade there. Yep.
Yep.
Then we're on to the next one.
We need to see. So, target lock, 2 hits. Or a hit and a crit.
Yeah, it might be a crit. Let's see.
That or a focus.
Oh.
Or is re-rolling?
I am not. Yeah, I guess
It's still blocked anyways.
that's.
That's a
That looks like a focus, actually. Yeah, so he's spending the focus to get a hit, and I think that is evaded.
on fire.
Wow. So
On-
do we go back to the?
Is it just 3 now?
Nope, it's 4. He's got one Tala up there.
Yes.
It's just a little bit further back. That was the one I think that was in the wrong direction earlier. This is gonna take a while, guys. Hopefully you're into long matches.
I hope you're actually watching this.
Yes. This is pretty crazy. I'm just gonna scroll back. I missed some chat stuff. Sarlacc Pit,
And
attrition
even if you're
game.
not-
That's what it is, the attrition game. Han was blind apparently. Oh yeah, that's right. From the being removed from Carbonite, he was just blind. He did not recover his sight yet.
Yeah.
Strongly dislike that barrel
Leia.
roll. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Han tripped. Han hit him with a stick and he tripped. Yet people love him. Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Let's
He
all
did
agree
not
that Boba Fett is
defeat
too much of a
Fett.
badass and he's not dead because he's chilling in the stomach. Yeah, probably. In Legends, he did get out. In some non-canon novels, he climbed out, accidentally smacked it with the palace guard halberd that Han stole. Yep, that's right. Jerry's got 3 shots. Yeah, I already saw that. Sorry. I'd probably take the gamble of splitting into 2 groups of these, one to ambush, one to chase. Interesting. That's very risky, I think, but I mean, could work. Corin Pro Dodger, yes, 54 people. Wow, we've got more now than we had earlier. I think we only had 40 something. This is an epic finale. People are watching. I think we got people from the Team Covenant stream watching now, which I appreciate, and thank you for joining us. So again, you're watching the Star Wars X-Wing Regionals for Ontario at 401 Games, just south of Wellesley on Yonge Street. If you're ever in the Toronto region, please stop by. This place is awesome. It's at 518 Yonge Street again. And I'm Mark Tang. I'm here with Jerry Russell's son, Kieran. And Jerry Russell himself is facing the lone Corrin right now with his 4 headhunters, 2 Talas, 2 bandits, naked, versus David's Corrin, which has veteran instincts, fire control system, R2-D2, and engine upgrade. Pretty standard build.
Pretty standard, and so far it's been
working. It's just running around,
me.
recovering its shields, and just waiting to pick its shots. And it's great. And we've got May Inanna joining us again.
I still think this is another build I underestimated.
Fair enough. It's
Because I've known
scary
the
though.
squad, and he flew it completely like different of how I ran it. I do the same thing what he does with Corrin. Like with the 2, I would have done that and then barrel roll to get him in range. But the thing is, then my father would be waiting for me. So I understand why he did the boost, because.
So this matchup is going to take a while, it seems. Unless someone makes a mistake, I'm going to go ahead and say that, because it looks like they both know what's going on, they know what they need to do to win, and they're both not really giving each other that opportunity. I mean, Jerry has had some shots, but his dice are just not hitting, and honestly, David's evade dice have just been incredible too. So it's gonna take a while.
It is.
That's the nature of this Corrin Horn build.
That
It's
is the
just-
nature of it. It's a survival build, and when you don't have time, this is gonna be in your favor. By the way, you missed a few chat things about Han hitting Boba Fett's jetpack accidentally with the halberd he stole from the Royal Guard that was there, and he did that because he was blind from just being unfrozen from carbonite, and so he couldn't see him. He didn't do it on purpose.
And again.
And
And again, he did it on accident.
Yeah.
AKA not a win.
then again,
A win is a
maybe it was
jetpack.
intentional. Because doesn't Luke give him some information? He's like, while he's blind, doesn't he tell him stuff about where the
No,
he's
that's Chewie.
Oh.
He just says Boba Fett. Where's Boba Fett? 'Cause
Boba
Chewie's
Oh,
like,
and then he hits him when he says, "Where's Boba Fett?"
Chewie's
Right.
like, you idiot. Boba Fett's behind you. He's like, what? I'm blind. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
Oh, Chewie and Han.
Boba Fett tastes like your mama's kisses. Where?
What?
Robot chicken.
Oh.
Oh, right. Robot Chicken does have some great. Excuse me, Brian.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Happy Mother's Day.
This is a great introduction to Mother's Day. It's
Corn's
1:15
got you.
Eastern, and we've been going
Yeah.
at this for 15 hours.
Yes.
I just checked in with the players, and they're both pretty exhausted.
Okay.
I think we're all exhausted.
Yeah, it's the mood is quite different now than it was maybe 10 hours ago,
Yeah,
where there
10
was
hours ago was crazy.
a great turnout. We have
Everyone
53
was in
players
high
who showed up
spirits.
earlier.
High spirits, high energy. Was not tired or hungry yet, And you know what's someone else just won a list with Dash Corn. There you go. And this person looks like they might live in Texas. That's kind of cool. But they featured 22 turns of Corn running and regenerating from Whisper until he finally got himself back in position
Does
and
he
got
still
him.
have 3 shields?
That is really funny.
So he still has 3 shields. Alright, where is Corn's over there? I have a feeling.
I think what's great is this Dash Corn list. You're right. If we're gonna put tiers out, gotta be tier 1. If you know how to fly it, clearly it's a good list.
I just don't know how many tournaments that this has to win or come in top 4 before Nova Squadron will say, yeah, that's tier 1.
Are we insulting? No, I don't want to insult.
No,
Nova
no,
Squadron.
not at all,
Okay.
not at all. It's just like that discussion, I understand it's a good discussion to have. I was just surprised because at least in Ontario, the Super Dash Corn list is like the definitive list,
Black Frogger has proved time and time again that the 8Cs are a tier 1 build.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
8Cs are never mentioned in anything either. Even the TIE Swarms are disrespected. They're
So
given tier 2
it just
status.
goes to show you that like the Ontario meta is different than
Yes.
obviously it's different than the Tulsa meta because they just had 2 Imperials in the end, right?
Yep.
And that makes me wonder when I never noticed any problem with the Phantoms that required a nerf.
No, yeah.
It just didn't happen in Ontario in the same way that it maybe did in the United States in certain areas. And from one state to the other, it was probably completely different. I mean, Ontario has been turret. Ontario has been rebel.
turret heavy.
And that seems to
Not
have been
really
as
Phantom
long
heavy,
as
though.
I've been around.
Yeah, not really Phantom heavy. Even when Phantoms were super popular, there weren't that many Phantom lists.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, considering it sounded like Phantom lists were everywhere in the States. And
I would have to agree with you. I've
Yeah.
seen more Rebel lists than Imperial, and I know to run Rebel because if they're gonna come up to me, I'm gonna come up to them.
makes
So
sense.
there is.
Oh,
I just want to do it.
we've got. I think this is another turn of just resetting. It doesn't look like they're gonna engage this round. This is one of those.
This is like Das Boot level excitement.
It is. It's they're They're on the grind, and I don't know when this is gonna end. But they're on the toilet bowl, and nothing has happened for the past. How many rounds has nothing happened for?
That's sometimes the way it is, though. You got 2 venerable players.
Maybe
They're both
6.
patient players and
Very
strategic
patient.
players.
They're waiting for someone to. I feel like they're breaking their opponent by just grinding them out. Which I totally respect. Rossi was in top 8.
Probably some people are watching it, and even if they are, people are gonna tell them about it.
So you are listening to the Star Wars Ontario Regionals Finals at 401 Games, which is located just south of Wellesley on Yonge Street, 518 Yonge Street. Wonderful place. You're watching David Clearwho against Jerry Russell. Jerry Clearwho has 1 Corn left against 4 of Jerry's Headhunters, and it looks like they are doing some attacking here. How many shots are going to happen here? Not too many, but... Oh, boy. There's the attack from David Clearwho's range 3, probably, attack. That looks like a focus. That looks like... Ooh. I can probably tell.
We'll be back in just a few moments, so enjoy the show. Hold on a second.
Okay, so we are back. Sorry about that. And this is basically we're in the same position that we were at before. Did Corn get it? I think Corn might have done some damage to a bandit though. This is like real attrition. We're talking about like 1 hull at a time every 4 turns. It looks like, which does not seem like it would be in Jerry's favor. Again though, 1 mistake from David and this game is over.
Well, it looks like maybe his patience is wearing out because he's decided to make a K-turn
He's
and
starting
just
to
turn around, finish the toilet bowl, gun it.
But maybe he felt that Jerry didn't sense the K-turn coming, so he said, okay, I'm clear as long as he doesn't turn towards me this turn.
Yeah.
And I guess you can do that after like 14 rounds of going in a circle.
See, if they one of them has to do a K-turn and one does a K-turn, then they will be open for attacks.
Yeah, yeah.
One of them will be open for attacks. Maybe others will. I'm saying if one of them's impatient, they will K-turn.
And Corrin has a lot of ways to escape, a lot of maneuvers, and it still has the double tap. It's
I have a feeling.
it's interesting.
I have a feeling on Dad's part. I don't know. I would probably make a stupid mistake if I was him right now, but I would have keep doing the toilet bowl thing. Let him go in the 3K turn because if they're in the debris field, I can sense him where the debris is. I can use it to my advantage, and then when he comes to get like a 1 or a 3, I can come and get him.
And at this point, what Corrin did is he led them through the debris field, moved himself out of it, and then K-turned. So now they're sort of stuck on if they want to get it back in the fight, then they're going to have to go through some of these clouds. Whereas he's got a little room.
Yeah, and one of the actually there's stress on a couple of the ships. They just run right through these debris fields without caring. It looks like. You've got one bandit and one Tala. I think the Tala's got 1 stress, and there's a bandit there with 2 stress on it. So clearly there's a lack of care for these debris fields now at this point.
Because all it is.
But that means he can't K-turn anymore.
The thing is, there is some reasons like there is something you could do without K-turns, and you're not
Like
gonna
it's
get
too
hit.
hard.
Too hard?
You have to be unlucky to get a crit on the debris field.
So he's got 3 stress tokens. He's like, I don't even care about the debris field. I'm just going to fly.
You don't get
through
an
it.
action either, do you? Or
Who
when
has-
you go through a debris field, it's like an asteroid field.
Well,
don't-
when you
don't get
take
an
a
action.
stress, you don't get an action.
Oh, right, of course.
He was already double stressed, so
Right.
that bandit is not going to receive actions for the remainder of this game, I
Wow.
would expect.
Wow. Yes, I would assume so. I kind of like that. The lower chance of getting damage from a debris field, only 1 in 8 instead of 50% when you run over an asteroid. Pretty interesting. Oh, someone's saying he should have double tapped. Corrin should have double tapped. We'll see.
If he
This
does
round will
double tap,
determine it.
Like I said, he should have saved the double tap, and then if one of them survived, if he died, he should have saved it, and if he predicted right, get a focus, kill one ship, and then go after the other to get a target lock, and then just.
So we
pound.
have a 1 forward, it looks like. Is that a collision?
I don't think so.
I think you're right. Gain a shield.
No
No,
collisions.
he's got the focus. Or is that an evade? Sorry, that might be an evade. It's probably an evade.
I would say it's an evade. If he wants to live, I'm saying it's an evade.
Alright, so range 1 shot here. 4 dice. It looks like maybe 2 hits. Oh,
How does he get
4
lone
hits.
wolf?
He's not lone
He's not
wolfing.
lone
He's
wolfing.
burning the target lock.
Oh, he has a target lock.
Yeah, that looks like that's a lot of damage there.
Jerry rolling his 1 evade
1
dice at a
And I
time.
think I got 1 evade. I think that's it.
That's a dead bandit.
Bandit.
And, you know,
Oh,
we're
it
down
was a
to
full
3.
health bandit. Oh, he did 4. Oh boy. Wow.
Range 3, range 1.
Yeah.
And then there were
Oh,
3.
the debris fields are moving.
So we've got 2 Talas and 1 bandits left. The
I
Talas are
feel
obviously marked by blue, bandit by yellow.
I
Corrin Horn
think
is all that remains
The
from
Corrin
David
still has
Clary's
a
list.
double tap.
I
Sorry.
really think that my father might lose this. I have a feeling he will. Because
We've got a
Corrin
focus
is
happening here.
awful.
Oh, it looks like it was a focus, not an evade actually.
Well, at this point, we've 15 and a half hours of
Now,
of playing
Corrin could
with
double
8
tap.
ships in his list.
Is
with
Corrin
8
going to
rounds.
double tap? If he's in range of that ship, he should double tap, right? But I don't know that he has. Oh, he just checked. I see. And I don't think he was. Otherwise, he would have thrown his card down on the table.
No, he didn't double tap. But I mean, it wouldn't have been advantageous to. He would have lost his last attack, and he didn't get an FCS
No, I think
because his target wasn't on.
I think you got to the range 1. You got to go for that. That's pretty good.
He
odds.
doesn't have arc on him anyways.
If he did, though, I think it might have been worth it to double tap it, even without the
I mean, 4 naked reds are still only 50% really, or
It's
what
2
is
hits,
it?
right? 2 hits, maybe 3 hits. And I think that
Maybe
I think
none.
his bandits have no shield. Oh, that's not true. Sorry, I can see shields on the bandits there on the right. Okay. Okay.
So now what does Corin do? Does he vault forward, deal with the bandit?
Did he double tap?
He did not.
No, he did not. So he's free to
was a
do
good
anything.
move. That was a good move.
I would say I don't know, a
I
right
think it
turn,
was
left
a good
turn.
move. I'm saying he's going. I'm saying 3 or 4.
I think a right turn, and nah, but you're gonna be too far from the other ships. I'm not actually sure what he should do really.
What is my father doing?
Bandit clears the stress.
Gets a focus or a target lock. Probably target lock. I have a feeling Corin is going to do 4-3, if that, or just Corin's going to get out of the way, do follow the leader, and then surprise my father again.
Thanks for continuing to stick with us on the
Yes.
Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals. After this broadcast, probably with maybe a day of rest and a Mother's Day, we'll be loading this up onto YouTube. And we've got a lot of interviews, and you can check out all the other highlighted matches throughout the day. That's a siren in the background. Welcome to Toronto.
Yep. Ambulance, fire trucks coming by.
We've also got a healthy chat going on here. We've got some of our viewers having discussions, and it's nice to see you there. If you have any
Yes, we
questions or
appreciate
comments,
it.
please throw them in there. And anything you'd like us to say, we will do
No, I hope the cops are coming to heat up my burger and increase the number of patties in it.
that.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Thank you so much for listening to us at the Star Wars X-Wing Regional Finals in 401 Games on Yonge Street, just south of Wellesley, 518 Yonge Street.
Don't forget that 401 Games is hosting a tournament on the first Sunday of every single
Every
month.
month.
So that's pretty cool. For
Every
X-Wing,
single
yeah.
month.
And they're not the only one who hosts events
Nope.
as well. We got weekly drop-in events pretty much every day of the week. And if you want to check that stuff out, go to the Facebook group Star Wars Gaming Ontario. Even if you're not
Star
from
Wars.
Ontario, you ought to join because cool people, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They are. I'm American. You should go and see them.
It's true. Even an American person here, who is Kieran, Jerry's son, is saying that we're cool.
Yeah.
We like that.
That must make it
They
so.
are good players.
Good
they
players.
will present a challenge. Come down here if you want
There we
to
go.
have a challenge.
There we go. I usually I fold, so I don't really present a challenge, but most of the other people present a challenge. It's good.
I'm kind of impressed that we have someone here who thinks we have accents. I don't
yeah.
mind that.
Are they still? Oh no. Yeah. Oh, I see. Tyrant is still talking about her accents. Hilarious.
I would say your accents. Your accents, I think you guys do, but it's not that shown. Like, it's hard for people to say that.
It's
you
pretty
have it.
subtle. It's pretty. I mean, even anybody from the northeastern U.S. It kind of has a very similar accent to the Canadians. So
Yeah.
it's almost the
But-
exact same, except
But
for a
you're
few
lighter
things.
than us.
Yeah, the Canadian accent is a very subtle one. So it's funny when people think that we have accents, and we do. I mean, compare it to other languages. If you're used to hearing people speak like in a London accent or a British accent, or French or Australian, of course ours is going to sound different. So that's how it is. I get it.
We've got a Texan in here, and
Yes.
I've spent some time in Texas.
The
and,
southern accent is real. It's definitely, especially a Texan
Texas.
accent. I spent time in Texas too. I have cousins there, and you've heard their accent. It's more pronounced, I would say, than ours. No,
I like it.
call
it's
it
a
good
fun
accent.
one though. Yeah,
I call it the hillbilly accent.
sure. I like the Nolans accent. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
All right, so Corin's has double
Minneapolis
tapped
and
here,
Boston. That's
and
right,
his
that's true.
double tap netted
The one I
one
do not
red.
Ooh, double tapped. Oh,
One
another
hit.
one hit, double tap. This is not very.
Not
Oh,
very.
still got it though.
He's alive.
Okay, so this at
Ooh.
this point,
He's
we're
not
looking
alive?
at two Talas versus Corin Horn.
Corin just has to run away for a round and then come back, and it's.
Wait, is it 2?
Yep. It's two Talas, I think.
I don't think Dad's. Yeah.
That's gonna be really tough.
Yeah,
I think it may be May's accent. May doesn't have any more of an accent than.
maybe I do. I don't know.
No.
In regards to, there's somebody in chat talking about the discussion between time limits and top 8 games. So in this case, with 401 games, there was a no time limit issue, or not issue. That's how the top 8 games were being done with no time limit. And I know in other areas sometimes there's a no time limit simply on the final.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, does it affect who wins?
That's
know?
yeah, sometimes, but those are the rules. By the way, Ravencat, yes, I realize that. Texan is very different from the traditional Southern accent, like I don't know, Atlanta, South Carolina. Texas just has its own unique accent. But yeah, sorry, you're saying, so time, does it affect the result? Yes, it does. Clearly it does.
It does, clearly, yes.
It favors, I don't know, it favors big ships usually, time, right? Having a time limit, because you can protect your giant ship and win off of that. But this is going to be extremely tough. It's funny, though, Jerry would have won off time.
Swarm?
I guess it depends on the... It depends on the matchup, because I don't think the Swarm is supposed to stay alive that long. But Jerry kept his guys alive.
Remember when we talked about before, and at that point, after Dash was dead and 50% of the Zeds remained?
Yeah, actually, Jerry would have won. He would have won by 4 points. It's
when
true.
would the Swarm not win if it was to time?
I think...
I would have to say, like, Dash killed 3, and it took 75, 4 down. I think he would have won in time. I think David would have won in time. Because
he was
he would have won in time because I think, like, if it was 75 minutes, it was already an hour and a half. They were already over there, so I would have to say he would have won in time.
Yeah.
And this match is his evade dice have been hot.
Yeah.
I
very
thought
hot.
like there was a twist.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The concept that there would be no time limits at all boggles my mind. And to be honest
Yeah,
with you,
no, I mean,
I
it
couldn't
kinda makes
handle it.
sense,
We've
though.
already done 15 hours
It is
of
a really long
X-Wing.
time, but don't you hate when your game doesn't finish by complete elimination, and you look at it and you're like, oh, I would have totally won this if I
No,
just
no,
had
no,
more
because
time.
time is a factor.
Yeah, okay,
It's,
okay.
I think it's an important factor. Personally, I prefer 60 minutes.
Okay.
I don't even really want 75 minutes.
Fair enough, but you
I
kind
know
of have
that
to
it
change your
sort of
list sometimes.
favors.
When you know that the time limit is shorter like that, you have to run faster lists, which I don't know if is necessarily fair, right? It
But I
doesn't give
like
you your
that.
freedom.
Faster pussycat, kill.
Okay, all right. Why are we talking about Pussycats now?
It's a movie title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I prefer the Tom Jones. What's up, Pussycat?
That's
That's
also
a solid
title.
one. The whoa.
It involves
It's a good,
the word pussycat.
It's good, but I just wasn't sure of the Pussycat reference there. I understood the Burger King references and the McDonald's references I've been making.
You understood the references.
I
you've
actually
been
haven't
making.
been making yes, which is good. I guess that's a good thing.
It's good.
I realize I haven't made any Whopper references. I
It's
apologize
probably for
for
the
that.
best.
I don't know though. I don't know.
No more
BK Big
burger
Fish.
references,
I want to make a BK Big Fish.
I don't. Nobody
reference.
wants the BK Big Fish.
I think BK is gone now.
No, BK is horrible. Carl
Just in
Jr.
case there would be
Chicken fries.
sponsorship related to any of these
Oh
institutions.
yeah, I apologize. Oops, I gotta watch out for that. But I have to admit, I like the Whopper. I hate everything at Burger King except for the Whopper.
You don't like the chicken fries?
I've never had chicken fries. We don't have chicken fries in Canada, by the way. We've never had these chicken fries. I don't think. Unless, have you had chicken fries? at
I
Burger
don't
King?
think so.
I don't think they have those
They're
here.
really good.
They sound pretty good.
They are, and that is the reason why I like BK because of those awesome chicken fries.
I can see the finals and the top 8 being without time.
Yeah.
But it's in terms of keeping things on track in an orderly fashion, you simply must have time limits in your Swiss.
Except
You-
the
you-
finals. I think the
Yeah.
finals have no time limit. Like, I think keep 75 for the top 8 and then go to 90 for round the semifinals and then no time limit.
Yeah. Well, but it's a good point. I mean, if you bring a list to the table that can win in 60 or 75 minutes, but then can also go the distance in a marathon match similar to what we got here, then you know that not only you got a good list, you're a good player. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's true. That does true.
Absolutely
Because
true.
all my matches have been like half-hour
Oh,
rounds.
here comes a 2-turn. Oh man! All right, there's gonna be a decent shot here at Corin. Corin has full shields though, right? No, looks like two, maybe 3. Hard to say from here. And that bandit is not going to be, or that Tala is not going to be doing much. That's okay.
All right, where's big?
Forces people to keep in mind that when building to not only just survive Swiss rounds but also untimed finals. It's true. You got to have a list that does everything really. But honestly, this has been a really incredible top 8 with a lot of Metacall lists. 3 Rebel Metacall lists to deal with 2 ship lists.
He's checking to see if he bumped, and he did.
And it looks like he bumped, so no action for Corrin.
That's a good thing. Because
Okay.
now Corrin might actually take damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got no evade.
Although he's still got full shields. It looks, or at least 2
But
shields.
my father has a target lock.
So it looks like there's 2 hits. I don't think he
2
needs to use
hits,
it.
he's not going to use the target lock. Why
No.
even bother?
And let's see what he rolls. It's
Let's
3.
see what it is.
That looks pretty good, actually.
That looks good. I think 2
He lost 1
evades.
shield. 1 shield.
One
I think
shield.
it was focus. The other symbols were focus. So one evade. He's lost a shield. He's down to 2 shields still. So
But he can get that back with R2D2.
Yeah.
on the next turn, it's right back up.
That's the magic of Corrin Horn.
It is, and when you've got headhunters, you're only dealing max 3 if you're at range 1, and it's tough when you're doing that.
I think I mentioned earlier that there was a vassal match, I think on MNX that I had watched, and there was Admiral's Echoes, which was Chirano and Echo, and it was against Corrin Horn and I think Dash, and it came down to Chirano and Corrin, and it was just grueling. It was like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of just the toilet bowl with Corrin Horn just not dying at all, but
Oof.
not doing enough damage on the decimator consistently because you get your shot off, you do your double tap, but then you're just sort of R2D2ing your way around, so you're shooting so inconsistently.
And that's the magic of the end game Corrin. Really hard to kill. Really frustrating.
I don't even own an E-Wing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I give you a high five?
sell
I'm giving
it.
you a high five for that. That's impressive.
I will sell my E-Wings. I have 2 of them.
I don't think Maeve wants an E-Wing.
I don't want an E-Wing.
Are there no upgrades in that pack that you
You may
need?
keep it, sir.
Are there no upgrades you need in that pack?
I don't know what's in there.
I don't
I guess
know.
I like that R2 or the R7 that lets you boost and target lock.
Oh yes.
That sounds pretty fancy.
Yes, that one's really fancy. I've tried to use it a couple times. I've never used it properly, but there are times when that can completely devastate the opponent. If you're in their arc, that's the one where if you're in their arc, you take the action to boost towards them and acquire a target lock.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yep. You can actually get out of their arc sometimes with that.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And if you use experimental interface, I think you can get 3 actions out of it: a
Yep.
boost, a target lock, and maybe a focus as well.
Absolutely.
Pretty solid.
It's a good one.
Or do you get a stress token when you do that thing? Probably
no,
not. It would
no,
make no sense.
you don't. Not the R7 one. You do for push the limit and all that stuff, obviously, but not
Yeah.
R7. I don't think R7 does that.
Yeah.
And we're watching the Toilet Bowl from Hell, but
Yeah.
it's
This
two.
is the Star Wars X-Wing Ontario Regionals Toilet Bowl of Hell at 401 Games, 518 Yonge Street, just south of Wellesley, and it's definitely dark outside. We're now at 1:37 a.m. Eastern Standard
People,
Time.
it's so late. People stop vaping. The vaping place is closed across
vaping
the
place
street.
is closed.
We're no longer seeing people vape anymore.
So, we're at 15 and a half hours, I think, now. And this match alone has been at probably 2 hours.
Ooh, well, it started at, when did it start? 11:45?
11:45 or something, so 12:45, 1. Yeah, so 2 hours about.
It's gotten to the point of eating carrots on stream and being rude.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have to be in arc at range 1-2
Yes,
for
yes.
R7T1.
It is
so
extremely situational, but it can really make a difference.
it can be money. So.
It can put you in range 3, which is maybe where you want to be. If you're running away, at least, I mean. Because you don't have to be facing it. You just have to be in their arc.
Mm-hmm.
These have been close matches.
Absolutely.
Very close matches.
And
And
it's still going to require a giant mistake from David, I think, to lose this match. But, I mean, you never know.
Or he could just saw my father, hit him where he hurts or something, and just get him by surprise.
Yeah.
We're going to go with that. We're at the Star Wars X-Wing Regionals in Ontario at 401 Games, 518 Yonge Street, just south of Wellesley on Yonge Street on the west side. If you are in Toronto, please come here. Or go to one of the, many other places that every day of the week there are X-Wing events. We love it. We would love that. And so you got the Canadian David Clearwho on with his Corrin versus the 2 headhunters left with Jerry, the American. And I am Mark Tang here with May Inanna and Jerry's son Kieran.
And after this, and probably tomorrow or into the next day, we're going to be able to put all this stuff on YouTube, there's been a lot of interviews that we've had the pleasure of being able to have with Jerry, with David, with all of the top 8 people, I do believe, or
Yes.
most of them.
Yes, yes.
And some others as well. And you'll catch the highlight matches that we had followed throughout the entire day, and that'll be on YouTube. Also on YouTube is myself. If you YouTube search for May Inanna or Let's Talk About X, you'll find my stuff. I haven't done anything recently, but this has inspired me to do it again.
I think it is a good thing that you should start doing it again.
Yeah.
Does Moonman want me to convert Netrunner players to play X-Wing or convert X-Wing players to play Netrunner?
How about at Netrunner go to X-Wing, because we can have more goodies and more fun.
But Netrunner is awesome. It's honestly a really wonderful game, I must say.
I like Netrunner. I do.
Oh,
I
I've been told to
I
ask
have
if
it.
you're going to start playing. I've heard that you
I
you
do
started
play.
to.
I have.
Do you really?
I have them. I don't have the cards that it would take to be competitive.
That's fine. But you have a base. Do you have a core set?
I got the core and I got a couple expansions.
Yeah. That's cool.
I like the corporation people.
Yeah, it's where you really do all the bluffing. I'm sure you would appreciate
I
that.
haven't done Jinteki
And the
yet,
corporation
but I
people
want
seem like
to.
the evil people you like the Empire.
I do like evil.
Yes.
Yeah, so what
No,
else?
it's good.
Let's give the rundown of Star Wars Gaming Ontario is the Facebook group, and there are
Yes.
weekly drop-ins happening every day of the week. I'm going to try and give a rundown at 1:30 a.m. of a number of them. Monday nights, X Planet in Mississauga. Tuesday nights, a whole smattering of them. So there's Black Knight Games in Hamilton. There's Hobby Kingdom in Burlington. Up in the North York, there's Friendly Troll and Harry Tarantula North. There's also Kingston Gaming Nexus, which also has a Sunday. And I'm totally forgetting more. Wednesdays, Kaiju Games in Mississauga. And Heroes World in Markham. Thursdays, Titan Games in Mississauga. Fridays, Meeple of the Mart, downtown
Meeple of the
Toronto.
Mart. You've given it a new nickname.
And other things. First Sunday of the month, every month.
401
Games,
Games,
which is
X-Wing
where
tournament,
we are for
right
this
here.
regionals.
In a wonderful new gaming space. They've only recently opened it, I believe, over the past few weeks, really. It's amazing here.
It's really nice. It looks very
Yeah, we've got
nice.
in this gaming cafe area where we're sitting right now, we've got glass.
They're making it a cafe.
We can see right into the, they're making it into a cafe.
They're going to open a Starbucks there.
And, well, they're not going to open a Starbucks, but they're going to be probably serving their own brand of coffee
That's
or their own personal coffee. And it's going to be a nice location. It's great. This used to
Also,
be a
I
barber
mentioned-
shop, just so you know.
I-
They do like
miss-
snacks and chips and all that.
I miss mentioning Imperial Hobbies in London
Oh,
on Monday
Imperial
nights.
Hobbies in London.
And also, I think Phoenix in Kitchener, but I'm not sure which night they do. Face to Face is another one. There's so many shops here, so many friendly local game
Absolutely,
stores.
and also there, if
When
you're,
is
if
the next-
we've been talking about burgers, they have an A&W, a Wendy's,
When
a
are-
McDonald's, and that's all in the neighborhood. Oh, there's also a big smoke burger not too far from here, and a Capitano, one of my favorites. That would probably be my top choice in this local neighborhood. Just you know.
So when are these tournaments, like in Imperial Hobbies and all that?
Yeah, when's the next Imperial Hobbies? I know we've got someone in the chat who's a strong supporter of Imperial Hobby.
I don't know.
There's a couple more. Let me grab my phone. I can at least check the old Facebook group. That's one of the cool things about the group
Oh,
is not only
boy,
are there
okay.
awesome discussions, but there's a pretty awesome list of events.
It looks.
Winning new stuff and just going for fun is.
Like some of the tournaments, even if it costs you $5, it's still fun. So the casual nights and the drop-ins are awesome, and that's good to just make friends and cut your teeth. But it can be pretty fun to just attend
Oh, they
a
play
tournament
Mondays.
for $5.
Imperial Hobbies plays Mondays.
So and there's an escalation tournament, and I kind of want to go to it on
It's
the
in
23rd
Kitchener,
of May in Kitchener.
Phoenix Games. Okay.
I want to try an escalation tournament. I haven't done that
It
yet.
might be fun. That's not too far from where you are.
That's when you have one list that you grow over time. So it goes from like 60 points to 90 points to 120 points. Whatever you put in the first
So-
list, you have to keep in the subsequent list.
Is it kind of like Rita from Power Rangers? Make my monster grow.
It's exactly like that.
Is
I
that
thought
the
so.
Power Ranger?
There's really
no, she's the bad.
There's
She's the
no
bad
difference.
person. Rita something. I've heard her last
The
name.
Witch?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? There's a Black Knight Games Armada tournament. Somebody in the chat is asking about Armada.
Armada.
You know, like the
Alright.
friendly troll on Tuesdays, for instance, is not a specifically X-wing night. It's a minis night, and Armada is in that.
Excellent.
And I think a lot of the events, including Black Knights on Tuesdays as well,
And you-
a lot of these places are just sort of opening it up to Armada. I mean, X Planet on Mondays, which is where I run the weekly drop-in. Yeah, of course. When we just did on May the 4th, we had demos for Armada and Imperial Assault, and that you could do that there too. And I bet you could do it here at 401. You know, I mean,
I
there's
think
such
I think
an
I think
enormous
we're,
amount of
I think
play
we're having
space.
an Armada tournament here next week, I believe.
That's fantastic. I'm trying to look for our Armada events on this, and I'm not really
I know
seeing
Victor
any.
plans on Victor, the tournament organizer, who we want to thank, by the way. He's been wonderful today.
The Zeds
Well,
are.
he's wonderful all the time, but he's definitely wonderful today.
My
And he's,
father's going one
oh.
straight.
you've got a 1 straight on those headhunters. Oh, and a 2 turn.
Black Knight
3
Games
turn.
May 17.
And Victor plans on being at that Armada tournament.
For
I think he might be
Armada.
organizing it as well. He's one of the major guys pushing
Yeah.
the Armada community.
So there's an Armada.
Sorry, it's at Black Knight.
There's
It's
an
at Black
Armada
Knight.
tournament on the 17th of May.
Which
at
is
Black
next week,
Knight,
right?
At Black Knight Games, and on the 28th of June at X Planet, there's a charity event that includes Armada, and then there's other stuff here.
Oh, there's a tournament at
Meeple
Meeple
Mart. May 16 is the spring tournament for Armada.
With Armada.
So there's
So
2
there's a
next
Star
weekend.
Wars Armada Ontario group as well. If you're into that, join it up.
What do you think about, like, will they do this time probably a Republic or Separatist Armada stuff? Because there are Armada ships about the Republic and the Separatist.
I don't know.
Well, Wave 1 includes that big killer whale one, the assault frigate, made by the Mon Calamari.
Ooh.
Are we
And
gonna
then,
get a
I
cruiser?
just bought
When
the
do we
Death
get the cruiser?
Star.
what the home one, the big Mon Calamari
Cal-
cruiser? That's Wave 2.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Yes. There will be much Akbaring.
And Wave 1 is supposed to drop this week. Coming up.
Yeah. Having a tournament already with Armada.
This is a grind, but I believe this is going to end soon. It looks like.
Alright, we are in range. They are in range, probably ready to go.
We are reaching the end of the regional finals at 401 Games here at 518 Yonge Street, just south of Yonge and Wellesley. South of Wellesley on Yonge, sorry. And we've got 1 Corn Horn versus 2 Talas. And it's been a long grind, I must say.
Let's talk about what we really want to talk about.
Okay, what
The
do we wanna
Imperial
talk about?
Raider. Let's be honest. We're all just waiting for this thing.
Oh, wow, okay.
Why is it not here? It's Q1 2015, or we've passed it. They
Yeah.
said it would be here. Where is it? Also, Juno Eclipse on other more related notes. How do you feel about these pilots?
If you're doing Juno
I don't know
Eclipse,
them. I don't know them.
if you're doing Juno Eclipse, do the Rogue Shadow. Simple as that.
You're stuck in the Rogue Shadow.
I don't even know what these are. I haven't looked at the spoilers, so I'm just gonna eat my carrots
You're
right now.
doing Juno Eclipse. You're supposed to do
They
the
could
Rogue
though. I mean, Darth Vader is both a crew card and a pilot card, so there's
Exactly.
nothing stopping them from putting her in the Rogue.
Boba is also a scum and an Imperial.
Yeah, so you
And
could
so
you
is
could do it.
Kath.
You could totally do it.
Clearly, Greer Games people do care about the Raiders. We're having
Do you-
a heated discussion here with
How
Kieran
could
and
you
May.
even ask that? Whether people care about the Raider? How?
Oh, that's a good point. The
Well,
chat-
yeah, no, that's what I mean. When I mean the Raider, I really just mean the TIE Advanced.
And with Vader's TIE Advanced 1, you really don't need to put it on there.
I only found out this morning that Strom's ability is not dependent on him being at range 1. As long as he's on the board, the opponent's ships do not get range 1 attack bonuses. So he's going to be like public enemy number 1. He's going to
I
be a
gotta
wizard.
say, people are talking about Raiders going to be epic, amazing for epic, and I gotta say, two of the people who won a bunch of at least 2 team tournaments here, Victor, the tournament organizer, and Lee, one of our friends, who doesn't even own any X-Wing ships. He just plays, likes to build lists and play. They've done really well in the epic format, and they don't even play with large ships. They intentionally play the Empire to not have large ships. And they counter all of these large ship builds by putting a whole bunch of bombers out there with a bunch of crazy ordnance. and they destroyed my Tantive, and it was horrible. So I must say, maybe the Raider, they don't need a Raider to be awesome in Epic.
Yeah, but although I've never played an Epic match, and when I get my Raider, I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be fun. I like rolling a lot of big dice. A lot of dice.
Talos are in range 1, Talos in range 1.
Talos in range 1, yeah.
Corin Horn, 4 hits. Range 1.
This Chala's got to
On the
survive.
Tala.
Otherwise, that's really... Ooh.
Ooh, that's a dead Tala.
Yep.
And now there's 1.
I think
This
it's
is
over.
coming to the end, basically.
I think Dad's going to play it out.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Come this
Especially if they
far.
get a
That's
hit
why
here.
we're here.
If he gets the hits here, this will make a difference. He has to strip the shields and continually punish.
But he's back at 3 with R2.
Yep,
That's the
yep.
thing.
So he has to strip both and then go back up to only max 1 shield, I think. Unless he still has 3 right. Does he have 3 right now? Oh boy. No, he lost a shield there.
yeah, but he's gonna double tap.
Yeah.
That and,
Oh, the double tap, right.
and when he double taps, it's a perfect. And if he misses, because the debris field's in the way, there could be a chance, one slightest chance, a Z against Cornhorn. Odds against
Statistically impossible.
it's impossible is not a thing. Anything is possible. And it's just Styles. Or Corrin is double tapping.
Raven Cat makes a good point when you're looking at Epic games so far, like pre-Raider, because you've got to fill that point amount with so many small ships, and you have to set the dials for them and move them around and maintain them.
The rounds take a long
They
time.
take forever.
We had a match, I think we had 90 minutes or so for the round, and we only got like 3 rounds in because you have to set the dials for like 20 ships or so every round. It's pretty crazy.
I'm not sure, Ravencat, about that with Strom. I don't know. I need clarification because the article specifies that they have to be, if they're range 1 of any of the ships, they don't have to be range 1 of Strom, as far as I know.
Oh.
But my original thought was that he's got to be range 1, just like Karnor Jax.
Who's Strom?
Strom is the TIE Advanced pilot who prevents the opponents from using range 1 attack bonuses.
Oh, yes, that one you're mentioning. I like it. So Corrin is double tapped,
Yep.
and here comes the next round.
Just one a day. How many hours has it been? 15?
Yeah, we're nearing the 16
Yeah, I think
hour
it started at
mark.
11, right? Oh boy.
I'm going to pull up the article now just so I can confirm. Ooh, new information on Star Wars Age of Rebellion.
Really?
Yeah, maybe it'll be here in 14 years.
What's Age of Rebellion again?
Age of Rebellion is one of the role-playing games. I actually run an Edge of the Empire
Yeah,
role-playing
Age of Empire.
game.
It's,
That's
oh,
why
Age of
I had
Rebellion is the one with the
Elizabeth Mallet
red
remake the
background.
ship.
The red background book is
That's
Age of
the
Rebellion.
Empire.
Wait, Age of
No,
Empire is the red
that's
one?
Age of Rebellion.
Rebellion.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Edge of the Empire one is the one I run, and it's a role-playing game, and my
Good.
players seem to like it. So I got Elizabeth Mallet to do a repaint of the Falcon.
Yeah.
Because my players have a ship that it's not a Falcon, but it's a YT. So I'm gonna surprise them with that repaint, and she does amazing repaints. And if you're looking for a repaint of a ship, you can contact her on the Star Wars Gaming Ontario Star Wars thing group on Facebook.
She repainted my Jack Porkins in a brilliant red 6 ship, which she found the model of. I believe it's on Wikipedia or one of those. No, it wasn't Wikipedia. It's actually on Snopes, and it has pictures of all the models of the original Red Squadron ships, which is pretty cool because you don't really see Jack Porkins' ship that much. You really see it for a split second and then it explodes. So I approve. And we're really coming down to the final play here, pretty much.
It's been a tough battle for all.
It has, and I believe after this next K-turn from Corrin, that might be the end of this game.
Yeah, Ravencat, you're right. I was led astray. If he's at range 1, the enemies can't use the.
So he does have to be
the
within
red
range 1?
dice. He's got to be range 1
Okay,
of them.
that's good.
okay. That was
Otherwise,
my
that'd
original.
be way too powerful, I guess, eh? So once again, You're listening to the Star Wars X-Wing Regional Finals at 401 Games, south of Wellesley on Yonge Street, 518 Yonge Street. Thanks so much for hosting at 401 Games. Really appreciate it. It's been great here. We've been here about 15 hours. You're watching the finals. It's coming down to one basically full health Corran Horn because he's been R2-D2ing the whole time, regaining his health. That's David Cleary, who's Corran. And we've got Jerry Russell's Lone Tala trying to somehow pull off a miraculous moment here. We'll see what happens. I'm Mark Tang with Mayunana, and Jerry's son Kieran is here too. And this has been great. It's been a long tournament, but I've enjoyed this.
The death battle is almost over.
This I got to admit, the last part of this battle though probably could use a fast forward button.
I would call this match a shock to me.
Could you imagine playing this? This must be extremely draining.
You've got to really want it at this point. 'Cause I'm going to be honest with
Yeah.
you, and honest with myself.
Yeah.
I would have just kamikazed
yeah.
an hour and a half
Long
ago.
time ago.
That's why I like 60 minutes, because 65 is too long.
If I came this far, I wouldn't give up.
That's true. I mean, we can say that, but if we were really in this and this was the final tale, we probably wouldn't give up.
If it was
We'd
like
go
a
for it.
Sunday, then I would bail. But it's a Saturday.
I'd
This-
probably insist Eye of the Tiger play on the loop then.
Dun, 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 dun. I like it.
Now we can't post this YouTube video.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Someone distort my voice before they post
They're
it.
going to pull it down.
What's going on? Whatever.
Oh, man. I knew I shouldn't have taken those vocal lessons. I never took any vocal lessons. I want it to be known that I can't sing. It's getting cold. 75-minute rounds are great, but aren't 2-hour rounds even better? Because that's what you're getting right now. Oh, man.
It's like 20%, 25% more nuts.
It's 25% more nuts. What kind of nuts? Are they Brazil nuts? Or are they pecans? Or just cashews? Maybe pistachios?
This is what happens.
What kind of nuts do you get?
This is what happens to a broadcaster after 16 hours.
Oh, man. I just can't wait to go back to A&W and switch my burger. I hope they give it to me. If they don't, I'm going to be putting up a fight. They didn't give me a receipt, though, so it's going to be so hard to fight this one.
They didn't give you the receipt, then you really should. Then they have.
It's true. I think they messed up and didn't give me the receipt. I don't think I was offered that.
If they didn't give you the receipt and.
Well, some places have a no receipt policy where they have to give you something for it.
Well, you would have to say, you guys didn't give me the receipt, they're going to lose.
I want to take this time, too, to thank Nathan, who helped us set up a lot of this. He's in the room right now. But that's what reminded me, too. I should have thanked him earlier, but we must thank Nathan because he helped us set this all up and made it very easy to get going. So
Yes, thank you.
we approve of that, and it's been fun. This match is nuts, and yeah. And because of that, it's really we've gone into extreme overtime here at 401 Games. They don't close at 2 a.m. normally.
They're being amazing, actually.
They are. I think they close at 11 or 10 normally. So this is pretty crazy. And I think this is finally going to be it though, because there's that evade, and that is nothing.
One of those is a whiff.
Yep.
Please, dice. We have people begging.
Yes. And Bellamont, I want my burger.
There we
I
go.
hope- there's the
Look at
shake.
that.
There's a
Nice-
double handshake.
Nice sportsmanship.
Clear
Good
sportsmanship
game for
there.
them.
Very gracious. And this finals is over. It looks like Canada has won again.
KO.
David Cleary won with a KO victory with his Corran Horn over the 4 bandits the 4 headhunters that survived.
X-Wing
try.
Ontario Regionals champion David Clearhue with
David
Super Dash
Clearhue.
and Corran Horn.
A
Good
tier
try, Dad.
2 list
That's
according
right.
to Nova Squadron.
I would say definitively tier 1 now.
It's got to be tier 1 now.
Thanks
Yeah.
all for joining us today
job,
on this
Dad.
long 401 Games hosted event. So if you're ever in the mood for playing X-Wing, bear in mind that 401 Games is always here with table space, even for board games. And on the first Sunday
Absolutely.
of every month, you can come here and enjoy some tournament action.
And you got to come and check out their awesome posters that they've got. They've got they're not even, they're like vinyl prints of board games. And actually there's some video game stuff going on too, and some card game stuff. It's great. Love it.
And it's good to be here. Good try, Dad. You did good.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, he
Getting
did
in the
really
finals
well.
is not bad.
That semifinal matchup that he had was incredible. The way he beat that Chirano fell list was pretty impressive, considering he had lost 2 headhunters and didn't even do 1 damage to anything yet, and he came back from that. So
There were a
Very
lot of
incredible.
upsets in this,
There
places
were.
turning on their heads. And
There were.
The end,
There was a lot
an
of
8Z
upsets.
list in the final,
that was amazing,
That was an upset. I thought Dad had this match in the bag.
especially once he took out Dash. When he took out Dash, that was huge.
But the thing
Really
is, Dash should have been down way easier than expected.
Yes.
Ah, thanks, Marty Marr. He's commending us.
cool.
I commend you for following us for 16 hours.
Yes.
That's
Thank you for
amazing.
watching
Thank
for
you.
however
Thank
many
you
hours
for
you did.
actually listening to me.
And
That's actually a win.
so
Thanks for sitting in, Kieran. That's awesome.
so we got to thank
You're welcome.
Victor who TO'd. Sorry, go ahead, Karen.
Go ahead.
No. Good. Mine's like the final line.
One of you go ahead.
I'm happy to be here. This has been a lifelong dream of mine. Actually, announcing things with help.
Oh, cool. No, we
That's
appreciate
great.
that. And so we want to thank Victor who organized this, and he did
I don't
an
know where he is.
amazing job. We're
He
gonna get
is
him later.
passed out.
He's been just on his feet the whole time, back and forth, walking around, managing all the lists, making sure everything's right, and handing out mats, and he actually didn't really get to watch much of the games, which is unfortunate because I know he loves X-Wing a lot. And then we got to thank Nathan who helped us set everything up.
Right, absolutely.
Thank John Park who owns this place.
And
and
for
he's
permitting us
amazing
to
let us
spend
do this.
a ridiculous amount of time and drive his energy costs up.